and then minimize that, and then I got to wait to see if this is where I have problems. Oh, there it goes. Awesome.
Okay. You got it?
It shows I'm well. It said
live.
Yeah, now it does. I'll tell you in a second. Yes, it is live. Okay, so I got the volume up. Okay, so this is just going to be a real easy test. I'm going to minimize that. I'm just going to hit, ready?
Ready.
Shift A. Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Shift B. Oh, check out YouTube. Awesome.
It's on YouTube.
Go to YouTube and watch. It works. It did work.
I've got a little bit of trouble with my computer at the moment.
Oh no, but it works. Okay, so I'm going to hit Shift A.
So it works.
1, 2, 3 seconds. It pops up on the stream. Awesome.
Well, that's all right then.
That is fantastic. Good afternoon, Tony Wallow. Darren and I are just doing a test of OBS. We're playing around with the hotkeys, and you see the Earth's up there now. Now it will go back to, hey, Jeff Ryman. Jeff, I need to talk to you. Shoot me an email, kstout2016@gmail.com. So what you guys are seeing is hotkeys. What you used to see is I'd have to come in here, and if I wanted to switch scenes, I would literally have to click down here, go to the globe. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Boom, it's there. Well, now I can minimize this. I can Shift B, and in 4 seconds, that's going to go back to there. Awesome. Say hello to everybody. Darren, you're now on YouTube.
Hi. Hello.
Why can't I make that bigger? That's crazy. Meeting controls. Did I just do something?
Oh, no.
You're about like 1.5 inches tall, and maybe because I'm sharing the screen, I don't know. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it's because let's find out. So, thank you, Tony. Tony says nice. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Oh, that's what it was. As soon as I stop sharing the screen, you are now super huge on chat. So yeah, I can do this. So all the props got to go to Darren. All the thanks have got to go to Darren. He sent me a video last night on setting up OBS, which was actually setting up your computer to go to YouTube to go to OBS. But anyway, so now if I want to switch scenes, somebody count 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! That's awesome. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah, did you see it? Now the other thing I need to do is, all right, Jeff, I'll get back to you here in a minute. Now the other thing I need to do is, on this screen here, do we think we want to include a camera or not? I know, that's because the whole point of that screen right there is if I'm doing something behind the scenes.
You would have a camera there.
Yeah, well, if I go back to this.
It is.
Oh, and you know what? I didn't change the latency, and this is pretty quick. I can make that faster.
Oh well.
But I can't do it. I can't do it live. I have to actually stop. Well, can I do it live though?
I think there's about 10 seconds lag on it.
It's not too bad. I mean,
90 seconds.
Not bad at all.
Terry, he has 90 seconds delay on it. On most of his videos.
Yeah, I was thinking I could go in here and change this while I'm live, but I don't think I can.
No, I don't think you will.
Yeah, but the cool thing is I can switch scenes now, and within 10 or 16 seconds, boom, there it is. That's so cool. So,
you got 3 likes anyway.
Yeah, well, everybody thank Darren because he's the one that pointed it out to me. He sent me the email that had the video in it. I watched it and was getting ready to play around with it a little bit. We got on Zoom and decided we're going to figure it out together. So we did. Anybody got anything on their mind for today? Like, I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna get me a a recording of crickets, and when I ask that, nobody says anything. I'm gonna have a hotkey. It's gonna go to the crickets. So the cool thing about this is you guys are seeing the globe, and I can change that. Actually, I can go in here to this. Wait for it to catch up. There it is. And I can go to my second scene, and I can actually turn the text off. And it went off. Yeah, because it's not doing what, if I could, and I, believe it or not, it'll do what I want it to do. I just haven't taken the time to do it. I can actually put, like, if I put the text back on right here, I can shrink that down. I can put it somewhere in Illinois or in the United States, and as that globe rotates, my name will rotate.
Yep.
I just haven't taken the time to do it. I watched a video this morning on a guy that combined Blender and DaVinci Resolve Fusion and made a whole 30-second commercial. That was nice. I mean, way above me, way above my knowledge of doing things, but it was super nice. Now, obviously, there's no camera right now because, now that should have switched. Oh, did I not minimize that? So the other thing I'm going to like is now I don't have to do anything in here. I can literally, if I'm demonstrating something, I can do it all from right here and be good to go. In fact, let's check something out. I made one change this morning in here, and I'm just curious as to how it's going to look. Right here. A little bit of luck, this works. Okay, that's good. That's bad. First part's good, second part's bad. Because I can't figure out where that's at in here. The second part, and I've looked and looked and looked. Now earlier today, this wasn't working at all. You'll see the transform node is down here out of the way. That was really screwing things up, so I just got it completely out of the way. Plus, Gary wants a static picture. Remember, he said he wanted to get that picture right there. So that in a sense will accomplish that. Once I figure out how to make the back half of that go away, which is right there, and I don't really know where that's at. Now I might be able to do this. I might be able to grab, so that's at the 420 mark. Boy, that's funny. That's at the 420. I'm going to bring this back to here, to the 420 mark. Now I'm going to play it. Problem solved.
Good.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants a static picture of the moving picture.
Before you lose it.
Yes, Blockwatch, I will save it before I lose it. Oh, he's probably watching in the background. I probably just pissed him off. All right, so that's saved, and I'll close it. Uh-oh, Jeff said it looks like I'm cutting a little off the left side of the picture. I will go check that out. So I need to move it to the right a little bit. First things first. Told you he was watching. Do that right there. And go back to here. Checking to make sure I have the right email for me. You do. I got it. And I got yours, so that's cool. I'm going to answer the first one. And then I'll get with you here in a few minutes, if that's okay with you. All right, so I really, really, really like this hotkey thing that Darren and I got. I think we'll get together, not on the stream, Oh no! By all means, criticize. By all means, if you guys see something that looks funky, or as I have learned a new word, if it looks janky, let me know. Come on, Darren, you had to pick up on that.
Oh, God.
Well, how many times? He goes, that looks janky. He goes, that's super janky.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, I was thinking that too. But so yeah, I think I agree with Jeff. Now here's the only way to test that. It looks really funky here. Let's see if it's truly funky or if it's all right. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to render it, and I'm going to call this Janky Gary. Hope he's not watching. Save it as MP4, and it's going to go to my desktop. I'm going to add it to the queue. Should take about 4 seconds to render. And rendering is done. Let's jump to the desktop. Oh, where's the desktop icons? They're messed up. So here's Janky Gary. Here we go. I think we did. You're right. I think he wanted this just to say Alyssa, and Mia. I think you're right. So rendered out, it looks okay to me. That's the rendered version. Well, then again, okay, now I'm just super critical of myself anyway, but it looks to me on the right-hand side, there's a little bit of a gap, and on the left-hand side, there is a gap, but it does look like it's off. So I think Jeff is right. I believe.
Move it over a little bit.
I believe he wanted this. I believe you are correct. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? Right. And this is the one I'm having issues with because he wants that to start right about now. He wants it to start over, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm struggling trying to get that figured out. It can be done, and I think it's just going to be a simple copy this whole effect.
It won't. So the last time what happened?
Can you guys see Darren? That was good. Well, that's why I save it and then start working on it. So anyway, I got to go back into that one and change it from the middle name to Ann Weisenberger. Well, I think it's something else, but it's not. So this is going to be this one, I believe. Right. So now, where do I change that at? Anybody? You all right? You don't have COVID, do you?
No.
Orbit IP equals 1536566. I don't know. Orbit. Come on now. Let's play nice. Play nice in the sandbox. Blackwatch is with us. Her arm is cut off a little in the video. Yeah, right. So I'm going to fix that. And I think, Alex, good afternoon. The Zoom, did I post the Zoom? I did not. Oh, Darren, you're slipping. Oh, I tell you.
I didn't post it. You posted it.
I know you didn't post this. That's what I'm saying. You're slipping. I pay you to do these things, and then, oh wait, I don't pay you to do these things. Never mind. All right, the Zoom link has been posted for anyone that wants to join us in Zoom. And I got to go back over to here. So, didn't he want...
Well, how long is left of this Zoom?
Oh, when it's you and I?
Right.
24 hours. When it's UI and Blackwatch, we still got about 35 minutes, and we all know the deal with that. So, hey, Jeff, didn't he want me to also lower the name a little bit in addition to taking out his surname?
I think so. I got to shut off my. Okay, I think I got my audio shut off in the.
I'm not hearing any feedback anywhere, but then again, I don't have my headphones on because I don't have it plugged in. Tony hippie.
There, I got it.
Okay, so I made that little change. Let's go see how that looks. There we go. That looks good. Now I need to move them down, I think, a little bit. And then maybe move the one picture into the right just a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
It's still.
Yeah, I haven't.
On the right, it's still a bit bigger than the left photo.
The right one or the one with the sweater?
Right one, it looks a bit fatter. The other one's a bit thinner.
It is a tad bit bigger.
But I
And
bet you it's going to be hard to put them right.
no and yes. I mean, I've tried, honestly. I really have tried. It just... Okay, now I got to remember how I did this. Alysia. Is that right? I think. Go back and look. That looks
I
better.
don't remember what the correct spelling was. You were fiddling with that.
Yeah, I know. I was doing things.
And in my old age, I can't remember things anymore.
Well, that's the same spelling there, and I took out the surname and got rid of that. And then, let me see over here. There we go. Oh, it's S-E. A-L-Y-S-E. So I'm glad I went back and looked at that. Now I'm going to go change that. That'll be a simple change in here. S-E. Oh, wait a minute. Am I putting an I in there? I sure as hell am, ain't I? E. Oh, I know why. That was one of the first ones I did. Okay, so now if we go check that out. Okay, that looks... what do you guys think about... Oh, wait. You guys can't see it.
We're looking at the globe.
No, you're not.
There you are.
I'm going to love these hotkeys, man. I'm telling you right now. Tony Wallow has got rings going around. So am I buffering, Tony? I better not be. I talked to the internet people this morning. I'd be a little upset if I'm buffering. So that looks better. Now we just need to adjust the pictures, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So who all's in Zoom? I'm not looking at Zoom.
Alex.
Hey, Alex. Good to see you.
Blackwatch, me, Darren.
Yeah, Blackwatch is with us. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that. Pictures. We got to move the pictures. Okay, Tony is saying no problem, so maybe Tony was buffering. Okay, so that picture we need to move slightly to the right. Are we all in agreement on that?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing because
That's the one you had to resize, right?
I actually resized them both, but yeah, I've tried. I mean, it's just a... So if I take this picture, should I take a picture of that or not? Now let's hope Control Z works. If I take this picture and I put it over here, it is, believe it or not, pretty close. You can see on as soon.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, it pretty much is as soon as it catches up on the stream. So now I'm going to Control Z and put it back where it was, and I'm going to move it slightly to right there. Freddie Fazbar. Okay, what a name. You should change the S's to Z's, and then it's a little more acceptable, but what's up, Freddie? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So is the stream caught up, and how does that look? Let's go over to the edit page, and it don't look like it changed a doggone bit. Laconic, good to see you again. It didn't. It don't look like it changed.
On the other screen, it looks like you moved it.
Hey, I did move it, and it did. It does look. It just looks. It don't look any different there, does it?
Yeah.
That one looks changed.
Is this one rendered?
No, I'm getting ready. That's exactly what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to render it out and see if that makes a difference at all. So this is going to be what did I call the last one? Anybody remember?
Don't ask the old man.
Janky Gary 1. I learned a new word. Desktop, and we're going to add it to the render queue. Gary strolling version, render all, Gary Janky 1, render. Shouldn't take but a second because again it's pretty small. Alright, it's done. So now we'll come over here to this one. Now that's no different whatsoever. At least in my opinion it's no different.
No, it doesn't look any different.
And, well, we're going to find out because I'm going to go to Gary, this one. Can I open it in VLC and have it? Oh, we'll find out. Probably not. Nope, I can't. Okay, that's fine.
What exactly are you trying to do?
Move the girl on the left over to the right just a tad bit because she's just a little bit. We're missing half, or not half, but we're missing quite a bit of her arm. And then I wanted to open up the two renders and show you if there's a. We made a change. Now that's not going to help because it's a different size, but I can see. This one is moved a little bit, in my opinion, because look right here, Jeff. There's only...
Yeah, you can see more at the elbow area.
Right, so let's...
Do you have the original, picture?
Somewhere I do, sure.
Yeah. You showed the original earlier, and it's all there.
Yeah, no, I know I've got the original.
Well, in fact, in the one that you moved, it looked like it was all there.
Well, I'm going to move it a little bit more. Yeah, this one here, it's all there. That's the picture. That's the source. This one over here is the when I've moved it. But clearly when I go back to the edit page, it's not quite moved enough. So I'm going to go ahead and move it just a tad bit more.
When are y'all doing Thanksgiving? Just on Thanksgiving Day?
Lorna's got to work, so I'm going to be doing whatever on here.
Got my family, my dad's family coming over Saturday to do that, and then we're doing Thanksgiving at my grandma's on Thanksgiving Day.
So that looks better as far as the. Boy, the pictures do look like they're off, though, even though I tested them a while ago. They really...
The one on the left looks bigger now for some reason.
It does, you're right. So let's go back into here.
We're probably going to do the Vegas thing and eat out someplace. That's the one good thing about living here. You can find someplace to eat 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Yeah, with very little to no effort put in to do so.
We have a place here in town, and believe it or not, it's a family-owned little restaurant, and believe it or not, they're closed on Sunday.
Okay, it looks bigger because this one is actually bigger. Height-wise, it's not quite the same height. And width-wise, it's just a little bit bigger. So I don't know if I want to mess with that or not yet. Let's see how this looks.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks a whole lot better.
One change at a time.
Yeah, basically. And that's what's got me, I mean, seriously. Hopefully this will still scroll. I got it in edit. Let's see. Oh, no, this is not. This is the non-scrolling version because it messed up. So that's going to be the still. I may go in there and see if I can. I may go see if I can make this one match up better to that one. I don't think I can, because every time I mess with the size, see if I make, I mean, I honestly could make it about
You
that.
know, on the one on the right, if you let just a tiny bit of the right edge scroll off, like the one on the left was doing, they would be pretty close to the same width.
Well, let's figure that out. So we're looking at about,
If you put some of that off the edge on the right, you get the same effect, maybe. Because it looks like there's a little more space on the right.
oh, there's a lot more space on the right.
So if you just let
But
that
it's still,
one cut off.
by doing that though, that looks like, is that too much off onto the right?
Yeah, a little bit. Although when you go to add the thing where that one pops back on the screen again on the other side, then that may affect that too.
Well, no, this is a separate one than that one. This is a total. Okay. This is a different same pictures, different project.
Okay, this is the still.
This is the still. So I need to bring this picture right here back.
Bring it back left a tiny bit.
Just a little bit. So.
I may need a bit of blue in a while.
You're gonna get it if you want it. You just tell me. I'm watching it.
Well, he's heading for.
He's headed down the wrong road. I agree. 100% agree.
Like I just posted.
I'm not sure how you're keeping track of all your different files.
Well, quite honestly,
I'm not sure my brain will function that well anymore.
I'm still looking for pictures from a while back that I really want to find that I can't find. It's really bothering me. That looks all right, but it still to me looks like the picture with the book in her hand looks to be wider. So do I need to move that back a little bit more, you think?
The one on the right, you need to still move left a tiny bit more, I think.
I was afraid you were going to say that. All right, so we need to move.
Well, it's easy to kibitz when you don't have to do anything to fix what you're talking about.
Oh no, believe me, this is fine. So it needs to go to the left a little bit.
This is kibitzer's heaven here.
Okay, let's try.
Do this and do this and don't have to even have a clue as to how to do it.
That looks all right. That's better, actually. We got the full arm. The size of the pictures are really close. Let's go ahead and render that and take a look at the rendering and see. So this is going to be Janky Gary 2.
This is still the still, right?
This is still the still, yes.
Okay.
So Gary, add to rendering queue, render it out. Yeah, I'm having difficulties putting the little loop in that he wants. I know I can do it. It's just going to be hard for me to do it. It's really going to take me literally not doing anything but that, you know.
Well, it looks to me like DaVinci Resolve has got so many different things you can do with it.
It does. I mean, it really does. How's
You
that
could
look?
probably spend a couple of years getting to where you know how to do all the things you'd like to do.
Oh, sure. That looks okay, I think.
Have you tried using something else like OpenShot or Caden Live?
I've tried Sony Vegas Pro. I've tried Shotcut, I think it is. And I've got Blender that I'm using right now, which is not totally like this, but this looks okay to me. What do you guys think?
I hate to say it, just a tiny bit more left on the right picture. But this is pretty close.
Yeah, well, I'll go back into
If
it.
you're happy and Gary's happy, far be it from me to say you ought to change anything.
I can move it. So you're thinking just still a little bit more, moving that picture that's got the sweater to the left just a tad bit.
About a third of what you've got hanging off the edge there.
Okay, I moved it, believe it or not, 3 spaces. Let's render
That
it.
looks like it's getting pretty close in this view anyway.
I'm going to render it. I mean, it's horrible. I literally have to render this stuff out to see what it looks like, but that's the only way I can see what it looks like. Once I get a graphics card, it might be a little bit different, but
Yeah.
I'm not even worried
So
about
what
that.
kind of a system, well, what's your CPU and system on this thing?
It's a i7 10th gen,
Okay.
64 gigabyte of RAM, and I've got a Prime Z 490p motherboard. That looks pretty good.
Yep.
That looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to
What,
send
you got
that.
like what, the 10700K or something like that?
Yes, 10th generation.
You
i7.
said 10th generation?
10th. Yeah, 10th. I really wanted to go with an i9, but both Jeff and Catherine, or both Jim and Catherine talked me out of it.
Well, I bought the i9 10850K for my build, so.
You can tell me how that is, and okay.
Yeah, well, I gotta get my build done. I just keep sitting here talking about it and haven't made much progress.
Know that feeling. All right,
What
so
did they talk you out of?
do I Blackwatch?
What did they talk you out of?
I wanted to when I built my computer, I wanted to have an i9, and I'll explain that in a minute. And both Catherine and Jim talked me out of using an i9. They both recommended this 10th generation i7.
i9 what?
i9 anything. I mean, you know, financially, if I could afford it, I would have went with the top of the line i9, whatever it could get me. But
That would have been the 10900K, but I looked up the difference between that one and the one I got, and I didn't think it was worth the extra money.
and that's yeah, I kind of know that feeling.
And I'll tell you that the reason I got it, the one I got has got 10 cores and can run 20 threads, and I've got 2 different pieces of software that I use occasionally for some consulting work that can utilize all those threads. For normal everyday use, I didn't need the i9 at all, to be honest with you, but it's only for the occasion where I might get some consulting work, and that's few and far between these days, but this will be probably my last build with anything really powerful.
I think I just sent you the message I was trying to send to Gary. Let me know if you get an email from me that's got a picture attached to it.
Who you asking? Me?
Yeah, I think I sent it to you.
Let me open my email again here and see.
I was looking for a laptop. Well, the laptop that I was looking at was like $1,600 or $1,700, $1,800. Well, I ended up getting this Intel Nook that I've got with the exact same specs and the exact same upgradability for like $1,100.
I'm happy with it. I should have put a graphics card in here, but I didn't really have the finances at the time. And it's going to be a while. I'll struggle through, and it's no struggle at all. It's just I would like it to be just my personality. I'd like it to be done, but it's good. I mean, it's
Got
good.
your email, but there was nothing attached.
Okay, so I did send it to the right person.
Well, when I ordered most of these parts, I was a little short that month, and I said, I'll wait till next month to order the graphics card, and then all of a sudden, that's when everything went to hell on my graphics card.
Sure. No, well,
And I really didn't want the top of the line. I wanted a 1660 Super, which was like $239 at the time, and now the only ones I see advertised various places, if you can even accept that that's a real offer, we're around $700, and I'm just not going to pay that kind of money.
Offhand, you know the difference between the Super and the OC?
What's that?
You mentioned the graphics card. Offhand, you know the difference between the Super and the OC?
No.
Neither do I.
well, I do.
And I just needed a good mid-range card. I'm not gaming, but I just have some stuff that would work a little faster if I had a decent card.
Yeah, the only difference is 3 letters. Super's SUPER and OC's OC's 3 letters. So,
That's 2. One more.
so I'm gonna go back over to DaVinci. That looks good. I got it sent. I've got it saved. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I save it. And
That looks pretty good.
yeah, I'm pleased with that. That does look good. Okay,
You
so
have to remember the memory on that card, Jeff, on the Super.
I'm going to say it was 6.
That's the same. I got the OC, and that's exactly what it had. It was recommended to me. I don't.
Let me check. I was looking at the
Alec,
EVGA card.
while Jeff's looking that up, have you heard anything back from your job?
No, it's gonna
Just
happen.
sent them an email just literally only 5, 10, 15 minutes ago, and they just responded back.
Yeah, I
A
got
couple
it
minutes
now.
ago, and they said they was considering other candidates.
Sure, that's gonna happen.
That's not a surprise at all.
Right.
But on that, I had another question. If y'all can help me out with it, I've been looking at a few of these work from home jobs, and all these work from home jobs that I've been looking at. This last one I looked at, was like working with the Blackboard education software, being the customer service. And they said that they require like 10 down, 5 up, dedicated to the workstation. And it has to be hardwired into the router. No satellite or mobile hotspot or anything like that. And our house is like 60 years old, so it doesn't have any kind of cabling, Ethernet cabling or anything like. So I've always been purely Wi-Fi. So if I try to get a job like that, what do you recommend I do?
That's that's out of my realm, but probably Darren,
That
Jeff, and
depends what
Blackwash.
your local providers offer. I mean,
It's what he's saying. I'm sorry, Alex, I lose you. Part of that job is this wiring because of security.
They're providing the equipment. The job I was looking at specifically said they was providing the equipment, and their voice over IP phone and their computer they provide must be connected to the router hardwire. But I don't have the ability to hardwire anything other than my mom's computer and our printer, because because of where our internet line comes into our house. Because this is a 60-year-old house that wasn't designed for internet like we've got it today.
Everybody be quiet. Gary's joined. We must change the topic.
yeah.
Oh, hey, Gary, didn't see you come
Okay,
in.
Alex, I'm not sure, but I don't know how well they work. Have you looked into any of these where you can do the net over the electrical wiring? I don't remember what the right name is for that. And
As far as I can tell, they won't allow that. It has to be either. The home jobs won't allow that either. It has to be directly hardwired to the modem. So I was wondering, because our house is designed for Ethernet wiring, like a lot of these newer houses are, how I would go about doing that. If I should get a separate internet connection for my business purposes and have that wired, in my room where I can, or what?
Well, that would be like running another wire in from outside the house through your wall, right? Into your room.
Right. So my 2 cents worth on it, and that's about all it's going to be worth, is this. If you do it specifically only to get this job and then you don't get the job, then you're going to be out the money to do that. But if you do it and can you apply it in other things, then you're going to accomplish two birds with one stone, so to speak, or whatever that saying is. Does that make sense, Jeff, to you?
Yeah.
So,
Who's your internet provider there?
Windstream, but that's not the point here. I get 50 down and 10 up, so that's plenty. Because they're only asking for 10 down and 5 up. My issue is that I cannot hardwire because of where our internet comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no possible way that, I could have my stuff in there where my mom's computer is because it's hardwired.
But you would have to add another connection.
But what they're against, Alex, is Wi-Fi, right?
right, that's what it sounds like.
In a nutshell, that's what it. I'm sorry, Alex. You kind of, a little.
They're against anything that's not a DSL or cable or fiber optic connection.
So your mom, you got it running into a modem into your mom's computer, and then it Wi-Fi's over to yours?
Yes.
That's
Actually,
a simple fix. That's easy to fix.
What have you got, Alex? What's your computer?
I've got my computer or our network set up.
No, just your computer. What's your main computer?
My computer is a i7 9700.
No, desktop. What physically is it?
Desktop.
So why can't you run a hard line, however long it is to the router, to the modem, whatever, a hard wire?
Because it's not possible, and I don't know how far. I haven't measured. I don't know how far our modem is. The router is to my computer, and they require it to be. This job requires it to be 100 feet or less.
Okay. Do you have a basement under your house?
Are they out of their minds? Like,
No.
Matthew has a 20 meter. That's 65 feet.
Right. So do you have a crawl space? We got 10 minutes. I will repost, obviously. Do you have a crawl space under your house?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm not into all that. I mean, I know the networking stuff, but I'm not into,
Right. Well, you've got about a $10 to $25 fix on your hands. I would get a switch. I would run out of the modem or router into the switch, run a line from the switch to your mom's computer, run a line under your house into your computer, and you're hardwired. And believe me, I've got the same setup here. My modem and router is in the bedroom. 30 feet away, I've got a switch that's got 3 things coming out of it, and there's no issues whatsoever. That solves your problem for that aspect of it. And it's relative. Go ahead, Blackwatch.
Maybe you heard this from another reliable place. Don't go out and buy all the equipment and tools. Go out and get the work first.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what I was alluding to a while ago, that if he's going to do this...
No, but you know it, Ken. It's just to condense what you said.
Sure.
Sure. That's what you're saying.
Right. Make sure you secure the job and then go out and do it, and you're good to go. But you can do that. You can pick a switch up probably, I don't know, $10, $15, and you can get plenty of wire. 25 feet would be more than enough, I would think. Or I guarantee you 50 feet would be.
How are they going to know you're on Wi-Fi or otherwise anyway?
They probably have monitoring on their own equipment because they're going to send me their own equipment, and they expect their equipment to be hardwired directly into the.
Oh, it's their equipment.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Gary. Is Gary or is Gary an imposter?
I could trick it and make them think they're hardwired.
No, you're off to the wrong foot.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No.
Can't do that. That's your reputation right there.
Yep, that's...
How much are they going to pay you for this?
15 to 20 an hour.
Minimum wage. And they pick up the internet cost, of course?
I don't know if they're gonna pick up. They didn't say nothing about picking up the internet calls. They just said what they need, and basically what they need is the computer to be less than 100 feet away from the router. They need 10 at minimum 10 megs down, 5 megs up, and 100 millisecond or less ping.
You know what this thing sounds like, if I can equate it to something? You've got a YouTube channel, it's doing quite well. Somebody wants you to do their thing, right, advertise. And they say, we'll pay you $15 to put a link in your video. Will you do it?
A one-time shot of $15?
Whenever they want, they'll pay you $15. I think we all know the answer to this. You know?
One other thing to think about, depending on who your internet provider is, some companies want to distinguish between a connection used for residential use and for business purposes.
Right.
And if the internet provider determines that you're using it for business, they may want to change your rate.
Oh yes, they will. You better believe it.
That's what I told my mother. I think if I get it, I told my mom if I get a job, I think we need to switch over to a business plan. But she don't understand why, because the internet connection we've got right now works perfectly fine.
Tell you the truth, I wouldn't blame her if she said no. Not in the least.
So Gary, are you
They
with
work
us?
fine the other way. It just depends on the policy of the provider, and if they find out you're doing it, and you could just have some administrative grief there, so to speak.
Robert posted a link in the chat room through Amazon. You might want to check that out, Alex, if you're watching the stream. That looks to be...
Oh, Blackwatch, I looked up that other thing. That card has 6 gigabytes of DDR6.
6. Oh, that's why. You sure it's DDR6?
That's what it says at the EVGA website for the card I was looking at.
Oh, EVGA. That's why it's more money than this one. This is DDR5. I think. I can't remember. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they've got 2 models here. I don't know.
Is there an OC option?
What's that?
Is there an OC card option?
No, these 2 I'm look. Well, let me see. Gaming.
This one's a gigabyte, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3 models. One's $234.99, one's $229.99, and one's $379.99. And it's got a little higher clock boost, which I don't care about.
I don't know if the OC on this thing means overclock or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, this one is a 1660 Super SC. Nothing about OC.
If we're not careful, we're going to turn this into a tech channel.
No. It just looked like it was a reasonable mid-range card, which is why I was looking at it. I don't need the 3080, 3090 sort of thing. I mean, I just don't need anything that good.
No, neither.
Right.
I went with this because it's dual fans, alternate rotation. You know.
So I got
Well, these ones I'm looking at, well, one of them's single fan, but 2 of them are dual fans. And the dual fan's the one I wanted.
Personally, I wouldn't go with the one fan. You know.
The one fan and the dual fan that were about the same price, you're saving $5 with the single fan model. The rest of the specs look to be the same. So it's not worth saving $5.
Personally, I'd make sure the fans are alternate rotation as well.
So,
That I don't know.
Alex,
Yes.
shoot me an email, kstout2016@gmail.com when you get a chance.
Okay.
Gary.
That's not Gary. Did you hear YouTube blasting away when you came in?
No.
Well, that's not good.
Good point.
What do you want me to tell you?
Just say hi. That's fine. I just need there's something I want to run by you, and I don't have your email. So just put a dot in there for all. I mean, as long as you email me, I can email you back.
I sent you something before that link. I sent you.
I thought you did too, but I have gone through my emails and I can't find it anywhere.
He sent you one that Monday.
Okay, I've gone through all my emails. I can't find it, and I mean, you know, maybe I'm getting old.
I'd put a complaint into Dub Pet Enterprises.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Do you think that these companies that are requiring all this specific, with all these specific requirements on like internet speed and stuff, or home business homework or whatever, do you think they should pay for the internet connection, or do you think you should be responsible for the internet connection?
Well,
Ideally, they should pay for it. But
I tried, Alex. Did I make sense when? Say you have 1,000. Say you're Doug. You hit the 1,000 mark in subscribers, and it's starting to ramp up. Company gets a hold of you, and they say, well, put in our link, support us, whatever. Well, we'll give you $15 per link per video. Would you do it? Does that make business sense?
Okay, $15 per link per video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out 100 videos a day.
No. How much would that cost you to put out 100?
My time.
Well, my upload speed, my time and my upload speed is only 10, so that would still take quite a bit of time, I think.
Oh, my point is, the scenario has been put out there by somebody we all know, and he laughed. He laughed at it on the video.
And if it's the same someone I'm thinking about, I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but over the course of thousands of videos or hundreds of videos, that's going to be a pretty good chunk of change. What in the world did that just do? Get out of that nonsense. Okay, I'm reposting it. I don't know what the hell I hit, but I hit the wrong thing, obviously. Bear with me here. Oh, sorry about that. That's not what I wanted to show. Maybe I should have done this another way. Darren, are you still with us? See who joins back first. I'm going to go grab a water while everyone joins back in.
Now, Alex, one other thing to think about on this, do you have a cap on the data on your internet provider?
No, sir, I do not. That's the one thing I do not have, no cap. They've always
Okay.
been.
All right. That's good.
My grandma does have a cap though, but she's never hit it. And I don't think, even if I went over there, I don't think I would hit it.
I see Robert's with us. I see Darren. I see Blackwatch and Alex and Jeff are back.
Robert's here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Doc.
Alex,
Yeah.
my point is this: the scenario I tried, it's getting lost in 1,000 videos. That business scenario I'm showing you, you go to a bank and you say you want $10,000 doing that, they're going to lock you right out of the building. No, these people are asking, maybe if they're paying you $50 an hour. $15 an hour? You gotta be kidding me.
So you're saying you don't think it's worth it to
Hey, Sam.
run able and go through all that hassle for?
No, my point with the links is, give me everything I want for nothing. Right? Give me the links when I want and everything else, and I'll give you nothing. $15 per link. Think about it. It would cost you more than, it could cost you 10 times that. No, 10? 20 or 30 times that to produce a video.
Well, it depends on the video, sure.
It's a joke. I mean, it's no.
I'll tell you what. You find somebody who wants me to put a link on my videos, and I'll do it easily for $15 per link per video, and I won't bitch about anything.
No, but
They got to pay the taxes on it. How's that?
if you had 100,000 subs, would you do it?
Yes. I'm telling you, I would do it right now at 63 subs. If someone came to me and said, Ken, we want you to put this link on your video. It's one check on my box. There's a paid subscription or paid advertisement on this link. I'm telling you, you guys think I stream now? I'd be putting out 10, 15 a day. A day. Easily. And I would find some nonsense more than I am right now. And
whenever they want. You missed the point. It's when they
apparently
want.
I am, but
It's when they want, Ken. It's when they want. They'll pay you $15 for the link when they want it.
well, you didn't say that initially. You said $15 link per video.
Well, no, I thought it would. I thought the scenario I was using, the example, you knew about it.
No. Angel's back in the chat room and he's crying because of this. So let me reach out. I see Gary joined us again. And there is Chris Garrett joining us. There he is. Hey, Chris. Robert, you off today? Somebody's got their YouTube not muted.
That might be Gary.
No, Chris.
That's not Gary.
That's Chris.
I'm off today, and it's about 75 and sunny.
Oh my goodness. We were last I checked, we were 59. I actually did some work outside. I'll probably pay for it tomorrow.
And I sent you an email.
All right, cool. Thank you. So,
And
how this all got started, hang on one second, Blackwatch, is Darren and I put together some hotkeys. So you guys are now seeing the stream. Now on YouTube you are seeing the globe, but you're still seeing the stream here. And I can work behind the scenes. Somebody's got some feedback.
Aaron is not muted, and I can't hear him breathing. You better
Darren, say hi so we know you're not croaking over there. Maybe wrong choice of words. I'm hearing some. Are you guys hearing that static, or is it my system?
Hum.
Okay.
Sometimes Darren hums to himself, Jeff. You just,
Okay.
weird things come out of that room.
It went away.
Yep.
Ken?
I'm here.
I use OWA, but if you send somebody something to Alex, and you go into, who it's got you go to email, and you type AL, will it not give you the suggestion?
It does, but Alex's name does not come up. Believe me when I tell you, I've looked through everything, the things Doug set up for me, my trash, everything. I can't find it. And I know he had sent me something earlier. I mean, I know he did.
No, but being OWA works, so once you send an email, and it considers, it's not a contact, but it considers you've accepted it, it's okay. It'll go into suggested recipients. I don't know. I don't use Gmail. It's a nightmare.
I'll wait for this to catch up.
I don't hear Darren. He worries me.
Now, Chris muted his. Gary still hasn't said anything. Jeff's kind of quiet. And Alex, I just responded. Yeah, he's there. Oh, you found the volume button, did you?
Next time, close the door to the washroom, Darren. You can hear it.
Washroom!
All right.
Funny.
The little chipmunk is joyful today.
Chris, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It happens to the best of us. Chris, just apologize for having the YouTube not muted, but you're fine.
Yep.
You are fine. So I seen Angel said something. He said he'll be right back. Looks like we might have lost Laconic and the other guy. So no worries.
Freddie Mercury, yeah. Right.
Yeah, whatever.
You find out what it like to breathe.
So if
without-
Gary will ever answer, I will show him what is accomplished so far, and then continue on that little project.
Were you gonna tell me, Ken?
I sent you an email. I responded.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, check it out. And Jeff, I haven't responded to yours yet.
Yeah, you did.
Well, yeah, I said I got it, and I'll respond later. But
Okay. Well, at least we know it works.
yes.
Chris, just do a PayPal to Ken, $50 per violation.
Oh, speaking of violations, did you listen to that file I sent you?
Yeah, I mean, a redneck cat getting run through a ringer.
What can I say? How many violations do you think that would get me? 15, 20?
No, but I don't. Not per se.
Well, no, that I don't think that part would. It's the background that would.
I can't see.
Right.
Why NKV? Firefox can't deal with that. It doesn't really matter. VLC did.
So I'm gonna guess Alex has got a tablet.
He's got an iPad.
I do have an
iPad. Okay, you're reading your email off of it, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I can show you the Apple.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you were reading. Looks probably your email. Yeah, I've got a tablet. It took me an hour to find it today because I needed to charge it up. This old age stuff, man. I'll tell you what. It's getting old. No pun intended.
This tablet was an awesome deal. I was able to get the tablet for like, it's an iPad Mini 4, and I was able to get the tablet off of Amazon for like $350 and a case for $40. So
Yeah, I need a volunteer.
Chris, you're up.
Chris can't respond. I need someone that can say go ahead, and you'll understand when I do what I'm going to do. I want to test something out from my end and see if this works or not.
Uh-oh.
We could test it with Gary since he's not responding.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Blackwatch is volunteering. No, I won't do it with him. Darren.
You talking about the 4 to 5 second delay?
No, do you like that? Watch.
Oh, I was listening. I just wasn't chatting.
And it would be faster if I would remember to set that one setting in YouTube. But right now, it's pretty doggone quick.
Hey, Ken,
Yo.
I haven't been working, I think, because I've been talking the whole time.
Huh?
You been what?
Oh, your microphone hadn't been working. You've been talking the whole time.
Yeah. No
You,
wonder you got a little...
you got a pair of brass ones, Gary, because you know what? If I'd been talking the whole time and not been working, I would say nothing.
Hey, I don't mind.
So I need a volunteer. I want to try something from here. I know I can mute people, okay? But it also says I can stop your video. And I'm curious if I stop your video, can you restart it or do I have to restart it?
I'll volunteer.
Alex is a good man.
When you mute somebody, you cannot restart them.
There you go.
If Alex comes back, I took his video and shut his video off. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh wait, no, you can't. You can't because I forgot to do my hotkey deal. Hang on, that'll be my next problem. I got to write it up. I have to.
Use the mouse. Put the mouse in your
No, that's what I'm eliminating. I don't like. I think it just shows. I don't know the right terminology. I think if I can press a button and switch between scenes, it's much cleaner than going over here to OBS like this, and then going over here to scene number 2, and then going back over here to that, when I can literally do this right here. And in 4 seconds, the screen's going to change, or 5 seconds. So I much rather prefer having Zoom here. I hit a button. Now the stream will come back up on YouTube. So, Jeff, I muted you, so you might want to unmute yourself. Alex is still muted, but he can't come back. Now, let me see. Can I bring his video back? That's interesting. asked to
Yeah, I had
start.
to go check on something for my wife a minute. Sorry about that.
No worries. I thought as much. Now I can.
Grab me a beer, will you, Jack?
I already drank them all.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
Doug,
Chris
has
got.
Doug got any Coors Light left? Punch up the video. Let's
All
see
right.
if
So Alex, were you able to bring your
No, I
video
only
back?
drink real beer.
You can't bring it back automatically because when you ask to bring it back, it'll send you a message and I just hit enable or whatever it says.
Okay, so you have to. You can't do it until I ask you to do it.
You have to ask me to do it,
Okay.
but you can't do it automatically.
All right, thanks.
You can't
Yeah.
turn on my camera.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. So Gary,
Yeah.
I sent you an email with your still picture. Let me know what you think about that, and if there's anything you want changed, let me know.
Hold on.
How long has been Gary doing moonshine in the backyard?
Now, Chris might be doing moonshine in the backyard, and maybe Robert might be doing moonshine in the backyard, but Gary, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I got a creek behind the house. It's got some good, cold, fresh water in it. It can be done.
If I still lived in Tennessee, I know a place where I could get some, although I didn't make it myself.
What was the series that was on TV about the moonshiners? Does anyone remember?
Still is
Kind of
on.
just called moonshiners.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, the
On
revenue.
A&E or one of their related channels.
Yeah.
I like Popcorn Sutton. I watched everything they got on YouTube about him.
There was a real character.
He was.
Hey, Ken,
Yes.
at the bottom left-hand corner, you have janky something. The hell is that?
On the
How, Nate?
link, yeah, but on the picture, does it show up?
Yes. But other than that, there it's gone now. Oh, there it came back. But anyway, the picture's perfect.
Well, I'm looking. I'm watching it right now. So is everybody else. I kind of was taking for granted you said okay. I don't see that anywhere here.
Up top left,
Up top left.
by the orange cone, VOC.
Up.
Oh, Janky Gary 3.
Yeah, you go over there, just rename it, resend it to him, can't you?
Oh yeah,
You can
so up
read
here
it,
says
right?
Jerry. Okay. I'll figure that out and I'll take care of that for you, Gary, and get ready. But other than that, it's good.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, it's going to take me a minute.
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of file is this?
MP4.
MP4.
Don't you have the extensions turned on?
I see it. Well, actually, it comes in Outlook anyway. But yeah, I see it's MP4. Okay, so I might need to convert it to a JPEG.
I think I can do that too. I'll let me write that down on my notes. Now your other one that's going to scroll.
It's an MP4.
I haven't got it done yet, but
Yeah, no hurry, but yeah, that's
Yeah, I've got
that's pretty good.
I've got the scrolling part of it working pretty good, and I've got to figure out, which I believe is just going to be copy the entire system, and then putting it in front or behind it or in front of it. But what I wanted to do is, I think it's this one. Okay, so let me know when you guys are seeing that in about 5 seconds. Is that on the stream yet on YouTube? Man, it seems to be getting faster.
The picture on the right is still wider in that one, but that's something you can fix.
Yeah, I haven't adjusted it yet. I just wanted to get with Gary on this real quick. So, are you with me, Gary?
Yep.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, the scrolling is okay. I got to slow it down a little bit.
Hold on. I didn't see that. My mistake. I was looking at the picture.
Okay, now go to the YouTube stream. I'm showing it on there.
Where the hell are you? Hold on. What am I doing here? Oh, there you is. I got some notes. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
what were we talking about?
So when it scrolls, when it gets about to right, there, you want the girl's name to appear and then the picture, or you just want the picture to come back up?
30 seconds. Hold on.
30 seconds, okay. Chris, yeah, I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard, but I didn't watch it I watched it because of the girl, whatever her name was.
I watch it because of Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
Same as him.
So I'll play this. I got it stopped right now because I wanted to discuss it with you. But when it plays, it scrolls.
I don't know. I would prefer to have name, picture, name, picture, name, picture, name, picture, name, picture.
Name, picture, name, picture, name, picture, name. Okay, so let me make sure I got that.
Wait, start over. I apologize. Picture, Elise, Mia. Name, Elise, name, Mia. In other words, what you got the first, then put the name, then keep going.
Do
Okay.
that 10 times real quick.
Do what?
Tell him to say that 10 times real quick.
Yeah, really.
I
So
can't-
on the second go around, then you want Elisa's picture first.
Yeah, I don't want you to change any of that. That's fine. It's perfect.
But you do want me to get it to where when Elise gets to about right here, you would like to see their names appearing in the middle, and then as she scrolls off, the picture comes back on, right?
Okay, here's what. Right now you have Elise, names, Mia. I want you to put names, then Elise, then.
Right, okay, I got it right. So I'm going to write that down. That's what I thought you said, but so
Yeah.
name, and then Elise.
Because I was actually thinking about it last night and said, no. Only if you throw the names, it makes it look better. Without it, it looks kind of unbalanced to me.
Right, okay. All right, I'll just.
One comment on this one, Ken. I'm not sure which girl is which, but when the girl with the book gets towards the right edge, she doesn't actually scroll off, it just pops.
Right, no, I know. That's another adjustment I got to make. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm aware of that. Yeah. So, all right. But that's going to take me a minute, Gary, to do that one. But I'll get it.
That's a Microsoft minute, right?
It's a Microsoft moment, and I'll talk to you guys about it next week. Yeah, gosh, the Microsoft moment. One moment, please, while we.
Or a minute, yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I'm amazed that you've gotten all this working this well so far with all of the options you have in that software.
Well, thank you.
And changing it about every week, every day.
I have probably, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 varieties of that right now. That's fine. An AT&T moment. No. I think Microsoft has the AT&T moment. Although yesterday on AT&T, when I'm on hold with AT&T, they said you're next in line. Your wait minute is 6 minutes. 37 minutes later, someone answered the phone.
Were they from America?
You know, I don't know.
I'm asking the guy whose wife is from the Philippines.
I don't know, because if they were not from America, they spoke pretty doggone good, clear, no accented English at all. Now the first guy, yeah, he clearly was not from America, but the second one was. But here's, I know Chris hates AT&T. You guys know I hate AT&T, and I do. I honestly do. I bought a cell phone from him in March of 2020, March 17th to be exact. And I got conned into a deal that I thought was one thing and turned out to be not even close.
Maintenance.
I found out, no, it wasn't a maintenance deal. It was they were supposed to give me $300 for my phone. They didn't. They were supposed to give me $30 a month credit. They didn't. And I didn't find this out until yesterday, because I looked at my bill and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been making these payments. My numbers say the bill should be this. Their numbers say the bill should be 2 payments higher. So either A, you're stealing my money, or B, something's wrong. Well, clearly something was wrong. Come to find out, since March of 2020, Did not get the $300 credit. Did not get the $300 a month refund, or refund or whatever it was due. So instead of paying $800 for my phone, I'm paying $1,100 for my phone. And I threatened, okay, amongst us, we all know, me threatening a company is like not going to get anything done because I'm this little big in their big pond.
Let me interrupt you. I was at Best Buy, this was 3 years ago, and I said, if you ever do that to me again, you'll be sorry. I wouldn't come back. I really didn't do that. They called the police on me.
Really?
Yep.
Man, I'm surprised I'm not in jail then, because I've threatened class action, I've threatened Better Business, I've threatened every television station between here and Timbuktu. Knowing they know it's a threat, they know that, okay? But yesterday, I struck a nerve because the lady said, we're going to fix this, Mr. Stout, we're going to make this right. I said, okay. It took about 2.5 hours, but as of today, my phone is completely 100% paid for. I don't know another dime on it. And I got a $300 credit to my account. I can't complain about that. They paid the phone off. And there's about $366, according to them, left on the phone. And they paid it off and gave me a $300 discount. So, Chris, I hate them, but they did me right on that. I canceled it. I canceled DirecTV Sunday. They said, we'll send you the box to send the stuff back. I got an email last night that said, don't worry about sending your stuff back. That's ironic because last night I took the receiver apart. Right, Darren? Darren sat through and watched me do it. There's a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, but guess what? If I don't have to send it back, I'm taking it back out. Do what, Darren?
Yeah, but you get it fixed.
Oh, I got it fixed, but I got an email last night saying I don't have to return it, so I'm going to take it back apart.
You can hard drive it, then.
Yeah, I'm going to. I just got to figure out how to make it work. So as much as I hate them, they did me right on my phone, and they apparently are doing me right on the DirecTV stuff. Okay, rant's over.
When you plug it in the computer, when you plug that hard drive in the computer, she just asks you to, Windows should ask you to format it because their content on your DVR or whatever is copy protected, so you can't copy the actual shows. So the computer should just ask you to format it.
Yeah, I put it in my docking station, and it would briefly read the data, but then it wouldn't do anything, and I didn't have the time to deal with it last night. If I truly don't have to return it, one way or the other, I'll get that drive formatted, and I'll gain another hard drive. I mean, it just might take me some time to do it.
I thought we went over that email and the source of it is questionable. Or did you get another email?
I called them this morning. And no, this guy was not in the United States. He was clearly from the Philippines. Well, I'm sorry. He clearly was not in the United States. He was elsewhere.
So your wife talked to him?
No, I talked to him.
It doesn't matter.
So, but I'm waiting for confirmation because he wasn't sure. What he said does not make any sense, but he also said he'll look into it and get back to me. But
yeah, as far as what Gary says in Best Buy, he probably called the police to escort you off the premises at all.
I didn't say they didn't.
No, but
that's. I may have to put that on my bucket list. Get threatened to have the police called.
I went through federal, right? And they're saying, well, this money, there's going to be a penalty, interest, right? And I said, well, it's been sitting in my bank account for like 8 or 10 months. What if I charge you interest for maintaining it? You know what they came back with? Is that a threat? It's being recorded. Talk about space cadets, you know? But anyway, it's... Gotta watch what you're doing when it's recorded.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, I point blank love to ask him if it's being recorded. Record me. I got no qualms with that whatsoever. None.
Well, the young kid, she says to me, you could be imprisoned. And I says, look at
For
young
what?
lady.
For what?
For the threat. That supposed threat. So I said, you know, look at young lady, for all the time I got left on this earth, go right ahead.
You never know.
No, you don't.
You're not making a real physical threat against somebody. I don't think there's anything much they can do. Threatening to sue somebody is not a criminal offense.
No.
In my case, I did threaten to sue. I said, if you do that again, you'll be sorry.
Yeah, but you get some punk ass 20-year-old trying to tell me what a legal threat is.
Well, the problem is, it was a 16-year-old girl,
You know, Jesus, really.
and I wanted her to go to her manager, says, and I realized the way I said it definitely sounded like it was going to knock her head in.
I'm never going to come back in this store again. I'm never going to buy another thing from you. I'll call the cops. He's going to beat us over the head with a, you know, with a, what do you call it? Billy. What a name to the lead things.
Scanner. You know?
They call them, the cops used to carry the, are we gone?
Billy Club.
Yeah, the Billy Club. Yeah. Billy Club.
Okay, Tony's
Well,
still
I
with
just
us.
use
Chris is still with us. I'm just reading chat, catching up.
I just use an inexpensive Android phone, and I use total wireless.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
$35 a month.
What just happened? Everybody's moving all over the grid.
Alex rejoined the Zoom. Gary said he's probably going to leave or hang up or mute his mic or something.
I think the Hollywood Squares just tried to get out of their cubicle and missed the stairway.
Yeah, we need 2 more. We need to get Catherine to join, and we'll put her in the middle.
I was going to tell you, by the last vote, you're threatening Doug. You got 8 people that don't know what else to do but come here.
That's fine.
There was 9 in there. I don't know what it is now.
I just noticed Zoom had an update, so I did it real quick and.
Sure. Oh, Chris, I 100% agree with you. Most employees at these stores, they're gonna laugh at you because they're gonna go, okay, we're the only store in town. You're gonna come back. They know that. I've only not gone back into one store once, and that was out in California. I do not go in my local Walmart unless it's an emergency. I cannot stand that store. The help is just horrible. I asked them a question and they walked away. And I just asked them, could you go in the back and look? And they did not go in the back. They just walked away. When I confronted the manager with it wasn't a confrontation. It was, hey, I had a problem with one of your employees and this is what happened. He walked away. So, you know, monkey see, monkey do.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't do any good to complain because they know they got issues. They just know it. So we drive 12 miles to the other town and go to that Walmart, and it's starting to get pretty bad, especially when you go to get a bag of potting soil and you get run out from some lady that wouldn't shut up. And I'm not going to rebeat that dead horse.
Did you record that?
No, I'm not like that.
You know.
Now it wouldn't surprise me if I see on Facebook, look at this old man at Walmart giving this lady a hard time. That wouldn't shock me a bit. So.
No, just for our use, our entertainment.
Jim says, oh, I have issues. Join us on Zoom, Jim. It's in the chat room somewhere. I don't think I can go back and repost it. Let me see.
In the old days, I would go to Kmart deliberately to avoid Walmart. And now that's no longer an option.
Right. No, I know the feeling. Well, in Vegas, I mean, there was plenty of places you could go to and to avoid places. But out here, I mean, we don't have...
Well, I hate to say it, but I do quite a bit of business with the Walmart that's about a mile from here. I'd rather not, but I don't feel like I have a lot of options for most of the stuff I want to buy.
Sure.
Now, I'm not buying like electronic stuff or whatever there.
Right.
If I need to buy something electronic, I tend to buy it at Costco if they have something I like. I get an extra year's warranty from them. Plus, if I use my Costco credit card, that adds on another 2 years warranty.
Yeah, isn't, I thought it was only Canadian. Kmart, is that not a division of Kresge?
Used to be, and then Sears bought them out.
Right, and then basically Sears and Kmart are pretty much down the toilet these days.
Well,
I don't know how much is left.
Sears committed suicide for years. Who's Jim was in there babysitting the Drive clone.
Yep.
Jim is very funny.
Yep. I asked him to join us in Zoom, but he's babysitting.
How many drinks has he had?
He'll answer in a moment.
I don't know how many.
So-
And
And I replied to your email.
Okay, cool. I'll check it in a minute.
uh,
I really like this hotkey stuff. I literally am going to create some more because you guys can't see now me going to OBS, but it just changed on the stream on my monitor to the world. Jim says, "Oh, mini what?"
what do you say? I'm missing.
In the chat room,
I'm looking at it. I can't find it.
the last 427, he left the HF of how many watt. That's funny. That is funny.
I still think he's had a few drinks.
That's what he's asking is, his indication is how many, because he left the, I gotta explain things to you.
How many?
Yeah, there's an old storefront near the town I grew up in a little bigger town, which still says Kresge on the top of the store.
Oh, you should get a picture of that. That'd be cool. SS Kresge?
Yep.
Yeah.
Stanley Kresge.
Do what, Gary?
Stanley was his name.
Oh, okay. So what was the second S for?
Middle name, and I don't know it. He never told me.
Radio, Chris says Radio Shack. Is Radio Shack still in business?
There is a semi-revival using the Radio Shack name. I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree
the
with you.
website is still up, but there's no stores around here. Same with Toys R Us. They're out of business.
I heard they're coming back though.
The one I miss here in Vegas is Fry's.
Yes, out by the
They
airport.
were good for a long time, and then the last few years they were in existence, they just went completely to pot. I mean, it just utterly useless.
You know what I liked about the Fry's in Vegas? Has nothing to do with electronics. Think of its location.
Yeah.
The fish and chips, you mean?
No, the Fry's in Las Vegas was located on one of the flight paths of the airport, and it was so close to the airport, the planes couldn't have been no more, maybe 100 feet, maybe.
Yeah, depending on which runway they're using that day. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They can't do that, Ken. They can't be within 100 feet.
Oh, I guarantee. Yeah, they were damn low.
No, they be low. I understand what you go out Toronto International, and sometimes it's scary, you know.
I'll have to dig out a picture I took while standing in that airport, and you can kind of gauge how low they got. I mean, I don't know that much to gauge him from looking on the ground, looking up, but I would say probably at 100 feet.
No, but the jet wash alone, you know, I know it's just, talking.
I don't know.
Uh,
So Jim
you
said
know,
he's had one cocktail after some yard work, and he may be having more depending on how the clone goes.
Actually, Blackwatch is right. It's 500 feet.
Yeah, it.
Now I must have some damn good eyes in, because if I'm seeing that plane that clear at 500 feet, I don't need glasses.
500 feet isn't that far. It's a football field. No.
That's 300 feet.
Right.
You figure 6 or 8 foot turbine inlets, that's going to suck a lot.
Okay, so maybe 300 feet, because now I'm picturing a football field and setting it up perpendicular, so that could be about right.
I agreed with you at the beginning, but they said structure. Jim's in chat.
Let's put it this way, Ken, with the landing gear down.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh
then
yeah.
You know it's low. It's very low.
Yeah, I'll have to dig them out, but I've got some really cool pictures where I'm standing in the Fry's parking lot taking pictures looking up at this plane, and I mean, I know I couldn't do it, but it almost looks like you could reach up and grab it, but it wasn't that low.
Yeah.
Here.
We got
How much time we got? We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Let me try this.
Has Darren got his headset on or what? Where'd he go?
I don't know. It's probably, what is it, 10:30 at night there? It's still young for him. Plus he's off tomorrow. His days got screwed around.
He's off tomorrow. Oh,
Yeah, instead of being off Tuesday, he was off. He's going to be off Wednesday.
He'll be flying all night long now.
Probably.
Probably.
And if you look into like Google, using Zoom, if you look into Google Meet or something like
That has been brought up to me a couple different times, Alex, and I've not looked into it. I need to.
because as far as I know, it's unlimited for time.
That would be nice instead of having Jim. You don't look like you've had a cocktail.
Just the one after the yard work. That's been several hours ago.
So he had one, just one after the yard work. You know, it was just
The yard
one.
work isn't done.
Next thing you know, he'll try to tell us it was a V8 cocktail. Yeah, right.
No.
What yard work are you doing this time of year? Getting ready for the winter?
Getting all the leaves off of the ground.
Until your grass in the spring.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Putting it mildly.
Yeah. Yep. So got a minute 46. I will restart or repost and remember to hit the button. Somebody send Catherine a message. Get her to join. We'll have the Brady Bunch effect going.
But do a test run on our new camera.
Yeah, we could do that.
No problem.
We need a second person. When you're not streaming, somebody else can take over.
If I ever figure out how to make a co-host, that would be great.
I think you stand a hand on.
Do what?
Will the paid version of Zoom let you do co-hosts?
I think the free version might let you do it if I ever figure it out. But I'm sure the paid version would, yes, to answer your question.
Probably a setting in your web browser for Zoom if you log into your account.
Anybody know how to use Microsoft Teams?
I used it one time for a job interview and that was it.
You used it for a job interview or said you knew how to use it for a job interview?
I had a company want me to use it for a job interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we use it all over the country.
Is it free?
Yeah, it comes with Windows, doesn't it?
No, it comes with, for business, it comes with 365.
Yeah, that's what I got. But I've never used it.
How much is that a month?
What, 365?
Yeah.
For business, we're paying $20 a month.
It's 15 or 20 individual, I think.
No, it's like $6.50.
That's quick. Got Robert back, got Chris back, got Jeff back, got Jim back, got lost track of who's back here. Everybody but Blackwatch and Gary.
Here's Chris.
There's Chris, and there's Darren.
Blackwatch.
Alright. I'm trying to find a picture to show you guys that I took.
Did everybody go?
Yeah, everybody's back, I think, but Gary now.
Gary.
Chris, no, I've not. Didn't get up into the Fresno area very often. In fact, Northern California, we only went to Yosemite. There was a lot of places there I wanted to go, but we just didn't.
Where did you live in California?
Escondido.
Okay.
That's where most of my time was spent.
That's what, down south?
It's north of San Diego.
Okay.
I often wonder how many Americans know California stretches right to the Canadian border.
Well, it's with Oregon and Washington in between.
Well, yeah, almost. I mean, you know, it's like there's nothing but SoCal, you know. It exists. Anyway,
I wonder what it would cost me to have someone go through all my pictures and organize them.
That's not what you organize.
$4,499. Send me a check.
How much?
$4,500.
Okay.
I'll do it for cheaper than that, so I don't have nothing else more to do.
Bidding wars, gotta love it.
Yeah, is that near La Jolla?
Oh yeah, Escondido is about 40 minutes due east of La Jolla.
Okay, well my first job interview was in La Jolla back in 1977, and I was informed that I couldn't afford a house within an hour's drive of there.
It doesn't surprise me. I
So,
stayed
and
in
they
La
said,
Jolla
"You
for
gotta
a
go
while.
east," so I probably would have been looking around Escondido then.
You know what you do with the interviewer then, Jeff? You say you probably got a point. Could I move in this weekend? Only need 2 rooms.
Well, in California?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, when I was an investment broker, he lived there. This was in the early 80s.
Which one it was halfway decent to live in. I wouldn't live there now. I
I was interviewing with a company called SAIC, and it was like the interview, it was a 12-hour day for the interview, and they said that was the length of their normal workday.
So they interviewed you for 12 hours?
Yep.
But that was fun.
I mean, that counts lunch and whatever, but it was very strenuous.
Not bad. Not bad.
Is there
They
any jobs
told
out
me
there
that
that
if I went to work there, that within a year I would have to have gone out and found enough grants and research money to support myself and one other individual. And I had a year to do that. So,
Was it related to your school?
well, I mean, it was related.
To a degree.
SAIC was a company that lived primarily off government research grants.
Hello, friends, and
DOD,
welcome back to
DOE,
Stories
places
About
like that.
Idle People.
I ended up not really getting an offer because I wasn't quite done with grad school at that point. But it was,
So who was the Hello Friends?
That was me.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe somebody briefly joined us to Zoom bomb us and then left.
No,
Okay.
I was looking for something.
I found something with Zoom noise cancellation. If it doesn't, I'm not going to give it away and they'll hear it. What'll make it in, what won't. Never mind. I'll send you an email, Ken.
All right.
I'm not doing it here.
The president has signed the bill, bipartisan legislation. We're screwed.
Okay, so I'm going to jump back over here. Oh, shut up. Maybe not.
oh, okay, I see the pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I wanted to get back to there.
what are the apps in Zoom for down at the bottom of the screen? Right next to the reactions, it's got apps. What do you?
I've never looked into them. I've seen that. So how high up do you think that plane is right there?
They said there's a certain tonnage of the plane now, so I don't know what plane you got.
Well, there you go. That's not a Photoshop picture. This one's coming up right there on the stream.
Yeah, coming in from
That was over by the golf
Southwest.
course. You know the golf course there off the strip?
yeah.
I was standing in their parking lot.
Okay.
Chris is saying
Looks
that's
like
2,000
one of them
feet.
that comes in from the southwest.
Yeah, well that's the flight line for Fry's, and I guess then since
Right.
this is a little bit further down the road. I guess they were a little higher than 100 feet. Because they're probably a couple 100 feet right there.
Yeah.
But I
They're
swear,
pretty close at the end of the runway there.
yeah, obviously my camera was not getting in focus. That would have been a good picture if it was focused, because it's got the truck in the background and the bus and the plane, but it just unfortunately is horribly out of focus.
I don't know if you ever drove by there. If you're over on Sunset, near where the main post office is for Las Vegas, there's a parking lot there that's actually set up that you can go and watch the planes take off and land.
Oh yeah.
My grandson likes to go over there.
Oh yeah, I do that. I used to do that all the time. Tim and I were talking about that the other day, and they actually said you could put a ladder on the fence, climb the ladder, as long as you didn't go over the ladder into their property. I never tested that theory.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, I haven't
what
either.
You're talking about there.
Yeah. I've got hundreds of pictures of planes from that airport.
Now that's the runways that are running the other way. It's not the one.
Right. No, the one from that one you saw runs this way, and the other ones run parallel to it.
Yeah.
The oddest thing I seen out there was I watched a C-130 land at Las Vegas International Airport one day, and I'm still scratching my head. Why didn't it land at Nellis?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Very. I mean,
What was it doing there, I wonder?
well, there's that too. I mean, it was landing, but why was it landing at the civilian airport when Nellis is, what, 15, 20 miles to the north?
Did you ever watch the planes take off and land that go to Area 51?
No.
The Janet?
No.
Plain white plane with a red stripe on it and no other markings. There's a special...
Nobody would ever figure that out, though, right?
Yeah, there's one that goes from there, and then there's another similar thing from someplace in California where they transport employees back and forth to Area 51 every day. Never knew what he did. One of the guys that I worked with on the nuclear waste project here left us for a year and went to a job at Area 51, and then he came back. He wouldn't say anything except that it wasn't quite what he thought the job would be. He was an electrical engineer, and
Now, if you look,
obviously I have no idea what he did out there.
right.
You just don't
If you look on the
say
YouTube
anything
stream,
at all.
yeah, if you look on the YouTube stream now, that's how close you were, and you can actually see the fence on the lower right
yeah.
and lower left.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty doggone close, really. And that's with my cheap little 135 millimeter I had. I've got pictures doing the same exact thing where you can see the smoke coming up
Or when the tires
when the
hit.
tires hit. Yeah.
Yep.
So I really, I mean, I'd go out there I'd take her to work, and then I'd go out to the airport and sit for hours upon hours. Just super, super fun.
Yeah, my grandson's a little older now, but when he was about 6 or 7 years old, I would grab him and we would go sit over there an hour or two. He really enjoyed that.
So apparently Amazon thinks I'm running a business because I got an offer to be eligible for business-only pricing. That's interesting. I don't know what that's all about.
What's
Do you have Amazon Prime now?
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah.
a C-130 now also called Hercules?
I think so.
That sounds about right.
Which one is the one with the nose that opens up?
I don't think
That's
that's
the
the one.
C5A.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not a plane fanatic.
So here you go. Look at this picture when it comes up on the stream. I don't know if I can zoom that or not. I probably do need to zoom that, don't I? Because it looks, I can see the smoke here.
Yep, I can see a little bit of it, yeah.
See how long that takes to catch up. A little bit, I can see all of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of my better pictures right there.
Yeah.
So
Cut it just right.
yeah, the timing on that was. I'll tell you who could take some.
I can't believe that this is not. It's me. I'm trying to find where you're at.
You're trying to find the internet?
Yeah. I mean, I must have closed you.
It's a little wire out of the back of the box here.
Oh, Gary hath opened the door.
Got you again. I've been listening to something else on my headphones.
Is that too technical?
No, I'm
Okay.
tired.
So I'll close that. That's the photo we were just looking at on the YouTube stream.
Yeah, one thing I didn't realize for a long time, the back wheels on the 737s don't actually go up in the plane and a door close over them. They just fold up underneath the plane and just stay there. And they have like a smooth hubcap thing for airflow over the part that's still hanging down.
They don't use hydraulics to close it over. It's open.
Right. I assume the front wheel goes up in, but the main landing gear don't.
No, it's
It'd
double
be interesting to
axle.
find out, actually. Uh-oh, did I do the... Yeah, I did. I closed the wrong one. Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So Chris is looking for the end of the internet. I think he's going to have a long journey ahead of him.
He's now 50 miles out in county. Jeff, what do they do with the rods out of the power plants? Where do they go?
Right now, all of the used fuel from the power plants is being stored in, it's called dry cask storage at the power plant locations.
I thought they had some caves someplace. No?
Well, I was working on what was called the Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Project here, where they were going to have an underground repository where we would store that stuff and all the waste left over from nuclear weapons work and all that. But that was so heavily politicized that when our former Senator Harry Reid here was majority leader and Obama was president, he worked a deal with Obama to get the project canceled. And there's just never been any strong sentiment since then under any president to get it restarted. So,
Right now that we got the electric cars.
and so my personal opinion is that the used fuel from all the reactors we have operating will continue to sit in these casks at the reactor sites for 200 or 300 years probably until something happens. And then there'll be some stupid crash project that Congress always authorizes when things go to hell to try to do something about it. I mean, I'll be long dead by the time that happens, but
You know where they're going to end up? In SpaceX being sent out and detonated. That ought to be fun, eh?
that, I don't think that'll ever happen. That is a really risky way to take care of this.
No, I know, but I'm just being, it's like, and it's true from what I understand.
No, I don't think you can do it.
In a lab trying to open a black hole. Talk about
I
stupid.
mean, there were proposals years ago to shoot it up into the sun.
Yeah.
Well, that's intelligent.
Yeah, first of
But
all.
getting it from the ground into space is not, just think how many rockets you've seen blow up or whatever, even when things are working well.
Boy, there's that problem, too. I mean, sure, all it gets up about, boom, and then we're all screwed.
You know.
I've often wondered, based on fact, the movies, Hollywood has a license, of course, on things. I think it was Broken Arrow.
John Travolta and
Yeah,
Ethan
Travolta
Hunt,
and somebody.
Ethan Hawke?
Wasn't it Nicolas Cage as well? I'm not sure.
No. Well, let me think a minute.
He might have been like general or something back in the corner, but he wasn't a star in it.
Well, Broken Arrow was a lost nuclear weapon. There actually is a lost nuclear weapon in the ocean someplace off the coast of Spain.
Yeah, but that's the one. It was funny to watch, like the EMP, shut off the Humvee, and But it was.
Yeah, the guy that played the warden in Shawshank Redemption was the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies too. Shawshank Redemption. I like that movie.
Wonder what he would have done without a loaded 38. But anyway, but that movie that's the one in the boxcar, isn't it, where he's got the missile, John Travolta?
Yeah, Christian Slater, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Christian Slater, John Travolta, Howie Long, Delroy Lindo, Bob Gooten, Frank Whaley, can't say his name. Man, they need to get some people's names that can be pronounced here. I do not see Nicolas Cage anywhere.
I don't think so.
French Stewart was in that movie. Everybody remember what he was best known for?
Who's that?
French Stewart.
Don't know him.
You ever watch the TV show Third Rock from the Sun?
No,
Literally.
That's what he's known for.
Okay.
It was John Lithgow. I can't remember the kid's name. Gordon something. Can't remember the girl's name. Kristen Stewart? No, it wasn't Kristen Stewart. Doggone it. What's her name? Anyway, it was hilarious. They were aliens coming here to live in the United States. It was hilarious.
So I have a question for you, intelligent gentlemen.
Well,
It leaves me out. I can leave the room.
Put us in the green room, Ken. Put us in the green room.
Does anybody here think there is aliens on Earth?
Definitely not.
Hey, Paul! Hang on. Paul!
That actually wasn't a joke. I'll bet you 50% there is. But you go, what the hell? How about from the meteorites that came down? Some little meteorites.
Okay, obviously I was making joke of the movie Paul, which was a funny movie.
Define alien theory.
All right, that's what I was going to say. What's your definition of alien? Walking amongst us as humans?
A microscopic virus.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yeah.
Millions and millions. Millions.
Yeah.
From the moon rock they brought back.
Sure. But as far as, are there people that are disguised to be Ken Stout walking around in the world? I don't know about that.
But the tail out the side and the eyeballs out the back and...
Right. Or, maybe some of the...
Who has seen you from the back recently?
Well, I do have,
You ever had a discussion where somebody goes, talking about Mars rover, this, that, the other. Mars had this, Mars had that. I said, how do you know that? Well, they say. I said, who are they? When's the last time you talked to they? How do you know this? This comes right down to the moonwalk. How do you know that wasn't staged in some warehouse?
Rumor has it was.
Well, yeah, I'm using that on purpose. I remember watching that on TV, black and white, when they put it back. But even as a kid, I thought, that looks phony.
Well, my favorite is Armstrong. Neil Armstrong defended how it was not phony. He said we did not have enough money to make the technology to make the movie, to make it look like that. I'm like, you mean we can put you on the moon, but we can't make a movie that looks like we put you on the moon?
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying it's a movie, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mean...
I believe that, actually.
Joe Kennedy could have wrote the check to finance that, no sweat.
I mean, think about the fact we get bank robbers that you can't make out who they are, but we can get pictures from Mars that show people going, hi, we're up here on Mars, and it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. You can drive down the road at 80 miles an hour and run something, and the camera gets your picture, and it's just as crystal clear as what we are here. But we can't get the bank robbers' crystal clear picture? I don't know.
They don't use expensive video cameras for that, though.
I guess. I mean, in today's day and age, though, are they that expensive? I mean, tell them to get Logitech C920s. Those take pretty good pictures.
I got something.
Will the banks actually spend that much money, though, for security? Who knows?
Do what, Alex?
I got something to tell you.
Go ahead.
My buddy works technical support for a company or something that I was trying to get a job for, but he does networking and all their computer stuff or something. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he was telling me one day in Facebook Messenger that that his company got SSDs, and the SSDs they got is 6 terabytes.
They have 8 now, yeah. That's believable.
And I was like, what? That's crazy. I didn't know those existed. I knew you could get 2 and 4 terabytes, but I didn't know about 6 or 8.
I got 4. I got 2 4s in my notebook. So,
Oh, I
yeah.
will mention one other thing about the moon stuff. The cameras that were used by NASA there were made by RCA. And I had an uncle who worked as a civilian employee for the Air Force and NASA who supervised the quality control for those cameras. Back in New Jersey, there was an RCA plant in Camden, New Jersey that made the cameras.
And they're saying they were good.
Well, I'm just saying there were actually cameras that were made there that were sent on the mission. That's all I know.
Straight to you.
I hear static.
So,
Not me. I'm not touching
I may have to cut out here a minute. I may have to go get my grandson when he gets out of school. So
Yeah, it's getting to be about that time. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do
I'll
something.
know in a minute
in
or
the-
two. My daughter sent me a text that she may not get there in time.
Yeah, I'm thankful we don't have any school-age kids.
Yeah, well, we don't have any at home. Kids, obviously.
I couldn't, I mean, just the curriculum and some of this, what I call stupidity that's going on in schools now, I could not handle it.
I would be in jail. Okay, I got a political one real quick. I just got a thing for our congressman. And he said that we got money from that budget thing. And we're going to rebuild a couple of racist roads.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
no, I know because I read a thing about the same thing that Buttigieg, or however you say his name.
Yeah, Buttigieg, yeah.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
reference to that as well. I'm
I'm
driving
not
down a blacktop road. I'm driving down a concrete road. I'm driving down a gravel road.
Okay, black, that's where you got in trouble. They're right there.
It's a asphalt, okay?
Okay.
I mean,
I heard, let me interrupt you for 1 second.
no, go ahead. You're fine.
I heard a group of people get together and they were selling tools from this Tecton in Detroit, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they were selling dikes, diagonal cutters. And they got all upset about that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good. I'm kind of doing some
Oh,
stuff.
no,
here.
I'm done. You can't sell dikes anymore.
Well,
Which are just
you can't sell what?
dikes, which are cutters, tools. not
Die
making it.
cutters?
Yeah, diagonal.
Yeah, it used to be called dikes, yeah.
Yeah, no, they were picking the plant. I'm serious. And the news was agreeing with it.
It's going to get to where you walk down the street and say hello to someone and you're going to go to jail because you said hello to someone.
I wish I was making this up, but I saw in the paper, I go, they're selling. First thing I told my wife is, I want to buy a couple of dikes.
There's a woman on YouTube that is a North Korean defector, and her latest video is talking about how she believes the USA is becoming like North Korea. You might want to check it out.
I don't think we'll ever get that bad.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ken, about the roads. But yeah, he actually bragged about it. And then the other thing he bragged about is giving away free internet. He wants to put 400 down and 50 up, free. Who here has that?
No, I don't have the 400 down, and I've got better than 50 up.
Nice. So is he wanted that to go to everyone, or is this going to go to a select group of people?
Take a guess.
Guess,
Most of us
I
aren't
guess
surprised.
select group of people wins that category.
Yep.
And
And I can email you if you want it.
only if I can get the 400 down and 50 up.
I want the new road up beside my house. I got gravel right now. Our neighborhood.
I thought you lived in the city. You live out in the boonies?
No. It's sort of the city, but when you go down our street and this side street, we're off the road. We have 5 acres, but it's not like woods or anything. It just
Yeah.
means you got to cut the damn thing.
5 acres is out in the boonies.
No, we're 17 acres. We're 9 miles from Detroit city limits.
Then I bet you could go get on your gravel road and drive and never leave the city and get to Detroit.
Oh no, the gravel road seriously is maybe 1,000 feet each way.
But my point was being you can get on a road and you'll never leave the city and go into Detroit. Right?
No, there's like 4 cities between there.
Right. Same thing out in Vegas. You can get on not the 215. Well, maybe you get to Henderson on the 215, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And if you go on the city streets, you'll be driving and all of a sudden you're in Henderson.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
You're right. There's a street called Orchard Lake, go right.
Hey, I gotta cut out and go get my grandson. See you
All right.
guys later.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Yep.
So
Is he
now,
gone?
yeah, he's gone. Now we can
Yeah.
talk bad about him.
Damn it, he forgot my beer again.
Hey, Ken,
Yes, sir.
if you want to test out the Google Meet or some other solution other than Zoom sometime, I'd be more than happy to help you with that.
All right, I'll reach out to you. I got to figure out how to use it first.
Who came up with that term anyway?
I don't know, but let me address something while it's fresh on my mind. My ISP says my modem is only 3.0 and I got to at least have a minimum of 3.1. Jim, does that make sense?
For the modem?
From the modem.
Yeah, that sort of makes sense.
I-
It's just 3.1 to 3.0. Yeah.
Right. The firmware was a simple update. I went to the thing, clicked on update now, and that was 2 minutes done, good to go. I contacted him again this morning, and I got someone that spoke English, and she was like, "Well, let me send a signal." "Oh, I see the problem. You've got a 3.0. You need at least a minimum of 3.1.
Okay, and what was their suggestion to resolve that issue?
Go buy a 3.1, or I can buy theirs at $199. So I very cordially said, "I got to discuss that, not buying that modem with my wife, and I'll get back to you."
Okay, and what was supposedly what is the issue that the 3.1 is going to solve?
It's going to take me from 265 up to 300 down.
Oh, okay.
According to them. So, I don't know.
And you have cable internet?
Yeah.
You need this extra Y?
I don't. We've had this conversation. We sound like an old married couple, don't we?
I
But
think
ain't internet up too? Ain't the catch up too?
No, Wi-Fi is an up to statement. No, they pretty much say you're going to get 100 or 300 or the other one, and I don't even need that. So I'm not going to notice it. It's just I'm paying for it, so I really ought to be able to
I'm
get it.
supposed to get a gigabit up and down, but I get like 930 up and down, and it's fiber straight to home.
if they turn around, Ken, and say to you, your usage will go from 1 terabyte to 9.99 per month, yeah, okay, go for it. For
Well,
$50.
that's exactly what happened. I increased my limit from 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte, and by doing that, I increased my speed because now that we have the Roku and the NVIDIA Shield, we had 1,089 gigabyte of data used last month. So hopefully I will not approach the 2 gigabyte area at all, but I'm clearly going to use over 1,000 a month. So
You know, one thing people might miss, they'll say, oh, look at the money to go up, increase usage. But they think it's unlimited. There's the internet, there's a backbone. You go for the higher amount, you're cutting people out, you know what I mean? You're taking usage away from other people. So you gotta pay for it. You're getting priority.
Sure.
You
And
know,
then
but
not to
people-
mention, if they throttle it at all, that's going to hurt. But my company swears up and down they don't throttle it, but I don't believe them.
We don't throttle things, sir. We do not throttle your internet usage.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I know.
So Jim, I'm going to run something by you. I don't know how long you've been in the stream or not. I canceled DirecTV. I got an email last night saying I don't have to return the equipment. I've already taken the box apart. It's got a terabyte hard drive in it. When I plugged it into my docking station, the little light would come on reading it, but then it wouldn't do anything. Am I going to be able to get that to actually receive data or not?
It's going to depend on whether or not the unit itself encrypts the data as it writes it to the drive. If that's the case, then you may not be able to get it.
Okay, so there's no way to just reformat it somehow? Because it's got the...
If you just want to use the drive.
Sure.
Oh, it's a standard hard drive. Yeah, just blow it off and reformat it.
Okay, I'll get
Jim, as long as some of those drives are priority, I can't talk. Some of the drives are priority,
Meaning what?
meaning that they come from the factory with a ROM on them to your drive.
They'd have to have a controller built into them, though, wouldn't they, to stop that?
No, they would have a drive built in, so Ken can use it as PC. Or
Right.
No, but to stop using it, they'd have to have an electronic component like a controller.
no, but what I've heard is you can't take it out and take it. You can't take it out of your DVR, your cable box, your whatever he's talking about, and use it in your PC. Sometimes.
No, I mean, a normal hard drive is a hard drive. You have to have like a controller in front of it, to stop that.
So if you guys can picture this, it was that size, but this thin.
Right. But
Okay.
Okay, so it's essentially like a laptop-sized hard drive.
Right, and it said 3.5 HDD, and then at the bottom it said 1 terabyte. When I put it into my docking station, the light came on. It was trying to read it, or it did read it, but that was it. Now, I didn't go much further because I just wanted to see what it would do. But now that I may not have to return it, I want to get that storage space.
Here's my suggestion. My first suggestion is look up the model number of the drive.
Seagate something. I don't. Darren,
Yeah,
you
well,
remember?
Look
Darren
it up. Look it up on the internet, obviously, and see if there's anything particularly special about it.
Okay.
If there's nothing that's particularly special about it, my response is redo it. Just redo it.
Okay. Chris just said it might have 10 partitions. Software's proprietary. It needs the direct receiver, and I can reuse it sometime. So I'll do what you said. When I pull it back out, I'll Google it and find out. Too bad it wasn't a solid state drive.
I hate to say this, but the way you're going after hard drives, why don't you just get into like an iron wolf or something?
because he got one free and he wants to use it.
That's what?
He got one free and he wants to use it.
It's mechanical, that's the only drawback. But yeah, basically, if I don't have to return it, and then I thought of another brilliant thing I might want to try to do, is I might try to take the mini receiver and see if I can figure out a way to hook that up to my antenna outside and run it to the TV, and then I can catch local channels out of the air. I'm guessing that's not going to work.
Yeah, with all these hard drives you got, when is the gonna happen?
Already has. That's why I need to get another M.2 drive.
Most of these hard drives will last you 5 years. How long has that been in service? 2? 1?
I've had it for 2 years, but who knows who had it before me? You know?
Also, keep it. Also, when you go to look up the drive, depends again on the model number or the model drive. You want to look up there should be a manufacturer date on it. If for any reason that drive is more than about 5 years old, I wouldn't trust it.
I'm trying to remember.
Why don't you do what Doug did with his install? You get an enclosure and an M2 drive through the USB. One terabyte or something.
Because he doesn't want to spend $100 for it.
If the $100 per gig, I mean, it's not going to get any cheaper.
Well, since you're sending a Blackwatch, Ken, will you use it?
Do what? I was reading something.
The what?
Say again, Gary.
Ken's Blackwatch is going to send you a 1 gig M.2 drive
Okay.
instead of your free drive.
Okay. But there's going to be $15 per video attached to that. I don't know if that'll work out or not.
Ken, look at the front of that drive and see if you can see something that looks like a date.
Yeah, I put it all back together. I'll have to break it back down.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Darren, do you remember the date on that? Darren painstakingly sat through me tearing that thing apart. And Darren's asleep.
No, he's cut all the screws out of the hard drive in the bed again, and he,
Yeah, really.
it's
So Chris just said I can't use the DirecTV Minute Box, won't receive over the air. Well, it makes sense that it wouldn't, but I ought to be able to manipulate it somehow or change something that it would. I mean, it's just a pass-through. Is all it is. The Mini is. It's not like the big receiver. At least I think it's a pass-through. I could be wrong.
Ian,
Yeah, Alex.
you said you want to use your DirecTV box to receive over the air. Are you looking for like a network tuner or something?
No, I'm looking for something that I can hook up. I've got a 50-foot Citizens Band radio tower out back, and on top of it they put a TV antenna and they ran the cable down, and it works. It works fantastically great. If I can get some way to not run the wire direct, that's what I'm trying to do. And then that way I can pick up, I don't know, about 40 local stations out of the air, crystal clear like we are right now. It's just
What do you mean not run the wire direct?
When I did this, I had a wire running through my window, across one room, into another room, and it was at about, I don't know, 4.5 feet. So clearly I'd have to figure that out. It's just a thought. I'm at that tinkering age. I want to take things apart.
I've got I don't know what you're looking to do, with the DirecTV thing, but
Hey, Jeff.
I had a possible solution for you. They make this thing called a tableau that you can plug in your antenna to, and then any TV that you got like a Fire TV on or a Roku or a Chromecast, you can use that to pick up the pickup stations.
I didn't know it, but Roku's got live channels on it. My wife discovered that. So we got about a minute.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
What's Blackwatch? If you can hear me, Chris Garrett has in chat a reason why that takes 10 partition software is proprietary. It needs the direct receiver.
Right, because but the thing is, and I'll do a video on it actually, the drive is just plugged in using a SATA cable from the drive, just like any other regular motherboard, onto the hard drive. Yeah.
He says Windows cannot read the partitions.
Yeah, I've used drives when I lived in Vegas, I used to get drives from their boxes and they worked just fine. I don't know what the guy was doing to them to get to where I could use it, but they worked just fine, and they were starting to go to SSDs, and nobody told me we were running out of time. I don't want to share the screen. I want to copy the link. I want to go over here. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. And I want to go into here. I want to take that out and paste and copy. Go back to here. Man, I'm going to like this hotkey stuff. That's so cool. Chris is saying in the chat room it needs a receiver to watch programs. Right, but I don't know. Hang on. Alright. Let's see if this will work. You know what I should do is I should do this a different way. So this is the box. It's got cable in right here. And it's got HDMI right there. So I'm hoping I can break this thing apart and figure out how to manipulate the signal coming in here to come out the HDMI right there, and it goes to my station. Now I won't be able to change any stations with it. That's where the problem's going to be.
That looks like that's a satellite box that's part of a main DVR system.
No, it's just a mini. It's called a DirecTV mini box.
Well, what I mean is it has to connect to another, like the hopper system for Dish has a big main DVR box, and then you got smaller boxes for your
Yeah,
big
this connected directly to the satellite. Believe it or not. The satellite's got wire running in, and they split it, one to the main box, one to this box. I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, first of all, I got to verify that I get to keep it and don't have to turn it in. Then I will tinker with it and figure out what I want to do. So
You can try to boot your computer off of a Linux, like an Ubuntu live USB stick, and see if you could use the partitioning tools in there to format the hard drive.
right, Chris said in chat, cannot get the program. Yeah, I'm aware of that. That's fine. And he said he tried to do it through Linux to play on the computer. Yeah, I honestly don't need to do any of that because everything that is stored on the DVR we can find either through the Roku, through the NVIDIA Shield, through Brave browser, through something we can get them. I'm just trying to get the local channels, which I only really need 3, and you know it's just a matter of running the cable. In all honesty, what I should do is call my handyman, have him crawl under the house, run the cable, put it up through the floor, hook it to the TV, and then I can watch local stations off the TV. So, not a big deal. Not a big deal. So did our chat bombers leave? I haven't checked chat in a while.
There's still 9 viewing,
Wow.
minus yourself, of course.
Of course.
Well, Doug keeps forgetting to discuss himself, so I don't know. Sometimes he does.
I didn't see if he had anything going on today.
No, he didn't.
Yes, Chris, it is a high definition TV. Yeah, I know I can plug the cable directly into it and then use the setting on there for TV. I've actually done that. I've done that with this little cheap one in front of me. It works just fine. And honestly, I might not need it because if like right now it's 5:20 here, which means it's 3:20 on the west. If I miss something here, I can go to a Las Vegas station, I can go to San Diego, Los Angeles, Hawaii, and I can catch it there. And I've done that. I've actually done that. It's pretty cool. There's no need for a DVR any longer, which is good because I didn't really want to have to learn a capture card. And she doesn't want it. She's watching a series right now from 2005, I think it was. And oh man, it's horrible on a lot of levels. The picture itself, I mean, God, the quality of the video is just horrendous. But she's happy with it, so that's all that matters.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, Jim is back. How's the cloning going? That good.
Well, let me first of all let me tell you. This is from somebody I've done work for before. It's an auto repair shop, and he brought me the machine because it tried to do an update and sort of semi-hosed itself or something. I'm not exactly sure. All these details are very sketchy. It's a Windows 7 machine, which already I'm like, come on, you got to be kidding me. But in any case, he brought it. I had to work a little bit of magic. It finally came up okay after. I think what it tried to do is it tried to do a Windows update. It got stuck at some point, and then it went to roll it back, and it was just like taking forever and ever and ever. So there's a question of whether the drive was kind of.
Yeah, it sounds like the drive might have been bad to begin with.
Well, it's a 9-year-old drive.
Whoa.
So my guess is yes, it's probably got issues. But anyway, I got the machine back up and running, so we decided, well, we're going to clone the drive to a solid state drive, which is a good idea. But unfortunately, I started the clone process approximately 1:15 in the afternoon. It's still going.
Oh.
There is no, but here's the other kicker. There's 600 gigabytes of data.
Huh? 600. What?
600 gigabytes of data on the drive.
Can you say little Latin loop-de-loop?
So
That one's spinning around like crazy.
yeah, 9-year-old drive that probably has issues. That probably isn't very fast in the first place. We're talking maybe 100, 150 megabytes per second, and 600 gigabytes of data.
Yeah, Chris said in the chat room to see what they would charge me to change the cable from the tower. Somebody would have to climb up, and don't fall for you need an HD antenna. No, the antenna that there works just fine. I wouldn't have to do anything. I just have to grab the wire, the cable wire that's going in under the house, or get the handyman to figure out if there's enough length to figure if it'll reach over to my, which you know there's got to be because it reached through the house itself. So yeah, that's a problem. Oh, that looked interesting.
Just for a FYI, I missed the first, I don't know, half an hour of this. There's a little thing on Windows Update for me, 21H2.
Yeah, that apparently popped up, I think, today.
Yes,
Today
today.
is Tuesday.
I forced the update check, and that came back. Oh.
Is that available for everybody, or is that available only for certain people?
You mean I'm special? Thank you.
Because I don't see it on my computer unless
I haven't installed it. I haven't downloaded it. I haven't. It's still waiting.
I mean, I don't see it mentioned at all for it. It says up to date.
It says the feature updates are what, 2?
Yeah, mine says, I just did a check for updates, and it says, here, I'll show you guys. Here, I can show that. That's not anything of importance.
No internet videos, please.
So, feature update to Windows 10 version 21H2. The next version of Windows is available with new features and security improvements. When you're ready for the update, select download and install.
Exactly.
Microsoft must not be pushing it to everybody at the same time.
Well,
They never do.
They never do. They can't. I mean,
You know what they said when I went looking for, feature updates? I forget the number. It's either 12 or 19 billion devices. Can you pick? Small wonder they're not charging for updates. Windows is out there on, 12 to 19 billion devices, which is cells, Holy mackerel.
it's got one or two. So, Chris, yeah, the cable actually is coming off the tower, and it's wrapped up and tied back to the tower itself. It's probably a little weather worn, but I don't see no need to replace it. And I honestly really, other than there's one station I really want to get, which is ironically the only station I can't get to work properly on the NVIDIA Shield, and that's the local CBS, and I only need that to know when we're going to have snow on the ground, because everything else I catch off the computer, and I don't watch TV. Jim, when you get done with your yard, you just come on over here. I got a little bit that needs done.
No.
Just leaves.
What a statement. I bought a Fire Stick. I get 10,000 stations, but I don't watch TV.
Okay, let me clarify that. I watch TV on the internet, and she wants certain things that can't be found on the internet that I haven't been able to find yet. So this is the route we went. And then because of the dumb program she wanted, We couldn't get it to work on the NVIDIA Shield, and the guy said, "Oh, Roku will work just fine." So we bought the Roku box, and it works just fine. So everybody's happy. I mean, yeah. I was paying $140 a month for DirecTV. I'm now paying, I believe it's $12. Had my increase in $22. I'm good. I can now afford me a C920 camera.
How much are they down there anyway?
I don't know.
I haven't looked recently, but I think they're below. I think they're below 60 at this point. But I could be wrong.
The R6700 Netgear Nighthawk is $88 and some change on sale at Amazon today. I came so close to buying it, but I didn't.
What about those mesh routers? They're supposed to be so good.
That was like $500 and some odd dollars.
Yeah, I thought it was multiple hundreds.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Who can we talk about? We're running out of time.
Gary left.
Let's see. There's the 920. There's the 920S. The 920S is at $70 on Newegg. There's plain Jane 920, which I believe is what this one is here, is at $57 right now. There's a 920E, which is about $62. So
Did Kerry ever say, when he got that new camera, download the software, yada, yada, yada? So people would say, which one is it? Well, it's the streaming. He never said the model. And then everybody says 920s, and there's all these models. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm using a Netgear 6400 or something like that.
That's
It's like 3 or 4 years old, and it still works perfectly great.
That's what I have. Jim, can you see the YouTube stream?
hang on. Yeah, I got it now.
Okay, so the top one is the one they recommended. It's 88. The one below it, which I don't understand the difference, other than the connectivity is USB, and I don't quite follow that, is 74.
USB means that you can plug a hard drive into it, and it'll correct. Your hard drive will work like a NAS. Your router will work like a NAS. If you connect the external hard drive to it, your router will put it over the network.
Oh, that's neat.
Or you can connect a printer to it.
Yeah,
And it will share a USB.
I don't need that. I just needed to do. Yeah, I might go with that one. That might work. I don't need the USB nonsense.
I don't use it either.
I have a question. They told you that the modem had to be 3.1.
3.1. Yeah, she.
Okay, well the modem's different from the router. Why are you looking at the router?
I started out looking at routers, and then I called them, and she said the modem's what needed replaced. So I was there first.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I was gonna go borrow one today, but then I thought that's too much trouble, so I may just buy it, and if it works, cool. If it don't, I'll just send it back. Because apparently, when I plug it all in and get it up and running, I have to physically call them on the phone, and they have to make their system talk to my system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got to provision the modem basically.
Provision it, right? That's what they said. Provision it.
My Nana's cable company, they've got a local office where she lives, in the town she lives in, but their customer service is in Dallas. The only way to get them to provision the modem is actually physically go to the office. So when I got her a new modem, I had to physically go up there, take the modem, have my mom take me up there, go into the building and tell them, hey, I need this programmed.
So, if I understand provisioning correctly, you put all your equipment in new, you call them and say, hey, I need you to provision it. You've got a line hooked up that's to their system. They're going to send a signal from their place to your place, now I'm talking like a Filipino, to make everything communicate.
They're going to ask you for the MAC address. You're going to read them the MAC address, either in person or over the phone, and they're going to look it all. They're going to make it all work.
But where your aunt's at, she's got to take all her equipment to their physical location for them to do that.
No.
That can't work.
No. When you get everything hooked up, You call them on the phone. They're going to ask you for the MAC address of the modem.
Right.
You give them the MAC address of the modem. They'll do the rest.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, but if I understood Alex correctly, he said they have to physically take it into their local internet.
At my Nana's, with my Nana's cable company, you have to because their customer service don't know Jack Neely, and they're in Dallas, and she's in Arkansas, and the only way I can get it to work is to take it physically into the office.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that picture, though. I mean,
No,
unless there's 35 people and they got 35 dedicated lines, and they know that this line goes to that house, that's just not going to work.
No, you give them the MAC address, it's just like the key to the security thing for you.
Yeah.
The service security.
Well, for right now, I'm good with what I got. I'm 260 and 35. I'm good. I don't need it.
Well, my grandma was only 50 down and 5 up.
You know how funny that sounds, Alex, if I were to say my grandmother only has this internet connection? She'd be bridging time, space, and a few warps.
But you know what's crazy? For the longest time, when she first got cable internet, for the longest time, her internet speed, even though it was only 25 down and 3 up at the time, it was faster than mine. Now it's in reverse. My internet connection here is actually faster than at her house. Because I have faster upload than she does.
My gun's bigger than your gun. My gun's bigger than yours.
But you know how much of that really matters, man, because she don't know, because she only looks at Facebook at night.
Man, this is slow right now. Of course, it is 5:30 at night. That's terrible. 215.
What is good for you?
Most of the time it's in the 260s. But I mean, again, I'm not seeing any difference. If someone said, can you see the difference between 130 and 215? No, I don't see the difference in 215 and this, so I'm happy with it.
I just thought the next time you call your provider and you get these agents, practice with me on this. You say, "Are you an American citizen?" "Are you an American citizen?"
I got so used to the gigabit connection up and down at the college when I was there for nearly a decade that I still notice a difference between their connection there and my connection.
I'm good. I mean, those are decent numbers. I may, when the tax check comes back next year, I may get some updates done. I don't know.
I'd still like to see everything at your place operating 100% draw and see what those numbers are of what you're using.
I can give you a pretty good estimate. If I had access to the school's network when nobody was there at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was able to pull. I think there's times I've seen where it was showing a full gigabit on the speed test, but during the day when everybody was there, it would average around like 400 or 500 megabits.
Well, yeah, mine's slower right now at 5:30 than it was 5 hours ago at 12:30 because of everybody's at home, everybody's using the internet.
But when nobody was there and I was the only one on the connection, it was awesome because I was able to, even though I totally didn't feel it because it was a remote connection, it was awesome to just be able to log in, go run a speed test and see the full gigabit.
Yeah, Jim, you live out in the country?
No, technically I do not.
Okay.
The place that I'm around, it's all kind of suburbs.
Because you said you're using Verizon?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think...
Yeah, it took a while for them to get to us. When they first announced it, I think it took, I want to say it took a year or two for them to get to us, and we're nowhere near being in the boonies.
They just ran all the fiber optic lines here about 2 months ago, but I know it's not active yet. I'm just kind of curious just to see when that's going to go and what it's going to cost. But I know the company that's doing it, they literally are going to give you 1 year practically free. But the catch to that is, when that's up, they're gonna put it to you, no doubt.
But, yeah, normal regular price, dude.
Sure.
That's the way it all
Well,
is.
normal regular price plus 10%. I mean, they're gonna do that.
They installed the fiber here, and it took almost 2 years before it was on Bell's backbone.
When we're
My
17.
provider is nowadays they're making all of the new customers pay rent their modem and router combo units. Because you can't because I'm on DSL. You can't. I figured out a good way to use your own modem because of how fast the service is. And so because I've been with them so long, I don't have to pay. You don't have to pay the rental fee.
Yeah, that was the other option they offered me. They'll rent me their equipment for $12 a month. So, I guess since I've been with them for 3 years now or 2 years now, they're going to give me a $3 discount per month.
That's always been the deal with my grandma's cable internet, and for a while there she didn't have any other option. Had to rent their equipment or whatever because with the cable provider, if you pay for a landline, it's not actually a landline, but it has to run through their modem. So she switched back to a normal landline, and when she did that, I was able to just.
Well, yeah, I forget who mentioned it the other day, but somebody mentioned the fact that to get all the other junk, the telephone you don't need. Tim, he was saying he gets the telephone and something else he don't need, but he gets such a good deal on doing that it's worth having that stuff sit around. So.
And why don't you say to them, I'll give you $5 for the modem and that a month. That's what I'll pay you. That's a good deal. $60 a year investment in.
Oh, I jump. Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Holy crap, it's done.
You're cloning?
Yeah, it only took 5+ hours. And supposedly it's done.
The bad thing is you sat there and watched it, right?
No, I didn't watch it the whole time. I was doing yard work for a good quarter.
You could have planted that hard drive and watered it and would have grew faster.
Yeah, absolutely, without question.
Yeah, it's that time of year when things have got to be done.
And I heard you mention something about a capture card earlier.
I was looking into one, yeah.
You're looking for a capture card, the one I use, and I use it on a regular basis because I make the VHSs into DVDs for people, stuff like that. And I found a really good cheap one. It's called a mirror box, MIRA box.
Okay.
Did he say I found a redneck cheap one?
Oh no! Oh no!
Is that what he said?
No.
I am serious. That's what I heard.
But anyway,
Believe it or not, he said real cheap one.
for it only being $30, it's a really good. It's got it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I don't ever need one because that's just something else I'd have to learn, and I don't want to learn it. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't. Now, if my son could come over here and set it up and teach me in about 3 minutes, that's one thing, but for now, we don't need it, and I'm never going to be that elaborate on here. This is fine for me.
When I have one that I've graded to works just like a webcam. You can import it into OBS just like you would a webcam. It doesn't require any special drivers or anything.
I'm pretty much.
I upgraded from the one that I was using before because I wanted one with HDMI and one that you could just plug in. I could plug into anybody's computer. Even if I didn't have admin rights, I could use it as long as I've got some. Because this capture card is
just on a total different note. How big is the city you live in?
Where I live,
Yes.
4,000.
So my next question to that is, how much employment is around there?
The school, which is just down the road from me, which is just around the corner from me, they probably won't hire me because they're not looking for any IT people right now. Only bus drivers.
Only what?
Bus drivers.
Only.
Bus drivers, did he say? Oh.
Yeah, you know the big yellow things that kids go to school in?
No, but that's a different license then. Anybody can drive a school
I just
bus.
wonder, because we're about 17,000. There's 2 distribution centers, quite a few production facilities. I don't think there's any, in fact, I know there's not. The college.
Where I went to college is only 11,000 or 10,000.
Right, our college, we have Eastern Illinois University, and when it's going, they say we get up to about 20, but I don't think those numbers are accurate myself.
I got a question for Alex. You might have to kick Chris and wake him up. Have I got it, and Robert, have I got an accent? And if so, tell me on what words.
I think you do, but I don't know on what specific words. I think you
Don't
do
say it.
I
Don't
think
say
you do
it.
on pretty much all the words.
Don't say 10. Don't say anything. But what? What am I pronouncing differently to you? I'm just curious. I'm serious.
Well, you're not pronouncing anything differently to me. I just think
I think Jim has an accent. Myself.
Yeah. He's a little bit of the
He's got the northeastern accent to me.
the main.
And he's
what do you call it?
perplexed right now.
New England. That's a.
New England, yeah. He looks like he's perplexed. Are you confused, Jim?
I am annoyed at the moment.
Oh, okay. Is it what we're saying? Because we can change.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
well, do I have an accent to any of y'all?
Oh, gosh,
Oh,
yes. You
yeah.
can tell you're from the South. Yes.
Listen. It's not me saying it, Alex. You go to any comedy club down there, and what are you going to hear? You know about the region. I actually find it very interesting. You know, you can hear the same thing said by the same people, but it's interesting. It's different. You know what I mean?
I think people from the South generally talk a little slower, and they clearly have a drawl when they talk.
Yeah.
And they do, I think they talk slower.
Like I'll admit it. You take an East Indian speaking English, and it is painful to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
It is painful, out and out painful.
Yep, I
To
agree.
me, it's just the audible, you know.
Yep.
It's like I feel like saying, for God's sake, take a breath. I'm not about to give you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Take a breath. You know, but it's interesting. You know, it makes things fun just talking to me. So I'm not against anything. You know what I mean? But they say about Canadians, you got a different accent, and I know some I hear differences, but nothing that I'll call an accent. Not that's purely Canadian.
You don't go to the typical say something A.
Yeah, like I say, you know too much. I know I do. And I hear myself talking, I kind of go, you know, what's the matter with you? You can't find the words. But I do it. Just curious.
Forgot what I was going to go do now. Put the globe up to go do something, but I forgot what it was. Let's start writing notes on things I'm going to go do. So I will show Jim the modem I was looking at. Lag seems to be pretty good right now. So we've got 10 minutes left. Just got the notification. It'll pop up in 3, 2, there it is. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't want to change anything. This is great. There's no lag whatsoever. So when Jim gets back to us, I got the Amazon site showing right now with the modem that I'm looking at.
45 minutes sure does go by fast.
I might look into this one though. This is 3.1. It's a little cheaper. Let me look at it. 3.1. I don't need. I won't never have gig speed here. I don't think. $99. Oh, it's on sale. That's why. That's why. That's kind of cool looking. Okay, that's just okay. That's got off and on switch and a reset. Oh, guess what? I'll buy this one. Hopefully, it'll be cheap when I buy it. Because it's got an off and on switch, good, and it's got a reset button on it, good. Because mine doesn't have either one of those. You gotta reset it. You just unplug it. It's
What
crazy.
make is that?
Do what, Blackwatch?
What? What make?
Netgear Gigabyte cable modem, 32 by 8, which is Greek to me. DOCSIS 3.1 for Xfinity by Comcast. Cox cable compatible with gig speeds from Xfinity. I might run it by them and see if it'll work with their system before I buy it.
They should have a compatibility list on their website. That's what my newest provider has. She's got the compatibility list on their website.
All right, guys, I got issues. I'm going to have to get out of here.
Okay.
I got to take care of this.
Thank you for joining us, Jim. Go take care of it, and we hope to see you again.
All right, see ya.
Thanks.
See you later.
Good night.
Night.
Chris Garrett said people in California where his niece were asking her where she was from. So, oh gosh, yes, Chris. I 100% agree with that. What you said. And he's just saying people are mean and somewhat racist in California. Yeah, I couldn't live in California now. I don't even want to go back and visit. And her family lives in California. Her mom and sisters and aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers and don't even think about that. I'd rather go to Chicago, and you all know I hate Chicago.
But Oprah loves you. Is she
Speaking
still
of networking, I don't know if you can see it to my, I guess it'll be to my right, the closet. You can see little blinking lights.
I do.
Yeah. You want to see a mess? All right, hold on.
Go turn the light on.
You want to see a mess? Let me see if I can get over here where I can see. Hold on. Ain't much light, is it?
Is that a black light?
Well, let's see.
Where'd he go?
He's showing us his mess in his closet.
Yeah, there's like a 24 switch, 2 Western Digital clouds, Synology NAS, a battery backup. That's a Ubiquity. That's what I use the VLAN on. That goes to the VLAN. That's a PoE switch for the cameras. That's other cameras. And then up there's a router and another battery backup.
And the Christmas lights.
Oh yeah, I think I'm going too far up. Yeah, they don't work.
So, have you ever thought about running your wiring down through the wall?
I mean, that's what I was talking about. If you can see the white going up there,
Yes.
white strip.
Yes.
Yeah, I got her into the living room and the bedroom.
So, have you ever thought about running that all the wiring through the wall and just having it come out at the bottom?
No, I did do that for the PoE switch. I'm underneath the house, so going
Right.
to the floor.
Yeah, Chris, I agree with you. Both Doug and Tim both seem to be down to earth type good people.
I don't know if I'll ever get that fixed.
How many people have this crawl space under their house?
Just a thing.
Yeah, but you're in Illinois. I mean,
I mean, they didn't go to slabs here back in the 50s. It was all crawl space. I'm seriously shocked there's not a basement under here. We looked at a house with a basement, and Lauren was like, nope, don't want it. And the reason why is because that house had flooded, and we were both kind of taken aback because we said, how often does the basement flood? And she says, oh, this basement never floods. Well, Jesus, you could see the water line across the basement where it flooded. So it clearly had flooded at least once.
that's almost unheard of here. You buy a house, either semi-detached, whatever, it's going to have a basement.
Yeah, no, we've got the crawl space, and it's about, I think might be 18 inches at best. It's not very big.
18 inches high?
Yep.
I put an addition on. I still had a 4-foot crawl space.
You have a 4-foot deep crawl space?
Yeah.
Nice. I could get into that.
Yeah, but you
mean,
gotta
I wouldn't
try
want
laying
to,
the
but-
blocks. Try laying the blocks to do it, Ken.
No. Those days, Lorna and I were just talking about this earlier today. My days are dwindling on what's gonna be physically. I'll still mow the grass, and I probably will tend the garden and the chickens. But other than that, any projects I come up with, I'm gonna be paying someone to do it because I just physically can't do it, and it's killing me. It really is just eating away at me.
Well, like I told you, that's why my shoulder's the way it is, because I wouldn't pay somebody a couple $100 to do the fence post hole.
Yeah, I'm learning.
You know, that's the problem we all do, at the end of it.
So I think when this 3 minutes is up, since it's 6 o'clock, I'm going to not restart it. I'm going to go cook dinner. I probably will be live later tonight. And then if Jim were here, you would say probably. I'm just, if you guys want to join, you're welcome. It'll be in this, I'll do it on Zoom. Or if we don't want to stream, I'll send everybody out an email and we can get together on that. And that way we don't have to watch what we say because we're not.
I have some soft-boiled eggs and toast. It's been decades.
Okay, Chris lives in a double wide trailer in a crawl space. Right, yeah, I one time looked in my crawl space and thank goodness nobody was around to see the hilariousness, for lack of not knowing how to put this, of me trying to get out of that little bitty crawl space. I'm 6'4", I weigh 260. It was not pretty. And I literally, when I finally got up off of it, I went, oh, nobody saw that. Good deal. It was hilarious. So anyway, it's been fun. We got something accomplished in that we got the hotkey set up, and I'll have to thank Darren tomorrow for that. We got Gary's picture fixed. Now I'm going to work on the scrolling thing, and more than likely I'll get it exactly what he wants, and he'll go, can you add one more thing? Let's place the bets now, shall we? Alex, how much can I put you down for?
Well, I'm not a betting person, so I don't know, whatever.
You don't have silver dollars anymore.
Chris is installing, he is installing 21H2.
And I can download it if I go to the Windows Update website.
Right, you should be able to. That's what I did, and I mean, I may or may not do it. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's only two feature things. There's something with security, and I forget the other one. I mean, is that right? Only two?
Well, I don't know. I'll look at it in a little bit, but I gotta cook dinner tonight. So when I get off here, I literally will go cook dinner. Robert, thanks for joining. Alex, thanks for joining. Chris, appreciate it. We got to get you where you can unmute your mic and talk to us. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. If I can do it, believe me, you can do it.
So, I just sure not.
My house is probably a whole lot noisier than his with two dogs.
Yep, true. So this is going to end in less than a minute. Everybody, thank you so much.
No offense about the accent, Alex. I find it fascinating. It's a lot of fun.
I'm not offended by it or anything.
Apparently I have an accent. Man, there's them crickets again. I'm going to get that.
I enjoy listening to British people on YouTube, for tech videos.
Yeah, I do too. They're the janky, okay? Darren sent me a video last night, and the guy kept saying, that's janky. And I knew what he meant, but just the way he says it, I thought it was funny. So I'm going to get rid of this because I know that's getting ready to come up. And
You still haven't answered the question.
What was the question?
Did you?
Ha! Oh, that's horrible. Send me an email if you're still watching the stream. Oh my gosh. Man, now I'll be up all night wondering what the question was. All right. Why that's still there? Tony, thank you for watching. Chris Garrett, thank you for watching. Robert, thank you for watching. Alex, thank you for being here. Blackwatch, thank you for being here. Laconic, if you're still here, thank you so much. Angel, if you're still here, thank you. And my memory's not going to let me recall anybody. Jeff Ryman, thank you so much. If I've left anybody out, shoot me an email and I'll make an apology. But I think I got most everybody. I'll see everybody later, probably later tonight. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. Keep those hilarious messages coming. I really do like those. Good night for now. I gotta go. Bye.